Can you speak?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
All right, just checking that it was coming through. I think we're good.
Yeah, but do.
Okay, so we're ready to start then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go. Thank you, Duchess.
Welcome
Yeah, you
yo
are.
to the
No, you're
veteran
not.
gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saying.
What else did you want to
It's
discuss?
the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
10 reams for the U.S. District Court.
Do not give these guys things that make
Switch
sounds.
that console
No,
up
no
before
props
you
that
have
make
to
noises. They
press
cannot stop
yo.
using them.
Your lips look like crispy bacon. Crispy!
Hello and welcome to episode 722 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 722. What up, people? I'm Duke.
And 722, I'm Stu. There, you see what I did there?
7:22, and I'm Chinny.
And we're not military veterans, people. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
And I am the author of this book, Delivery to Nimbus X. It's a fantastic science fiction space adventure about delivering drugs to other planets. If you like sci-fi, you're going to want to get a copy of this, available wherever fine books are sold.
Oh,
Ooh.
if you like drugs. If you like drugs,
Yeah,
you
if
can
you like
get it as
drugs,
well.
you
I
should
love
check it
drugs.
out.
I love them.
How many books are there about drugs? None. That's how
Exactly.
many.
Exactly. None that are a sci-fi delivery drug service, though, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty unique.
But yeah, exactly. That's wink. This book does not contain any drugs. Wink.
Um, We're a viral hit.
Of
Are
course
we?
we are.
Are we? Is this true?
Especially for the why clip.
Well, no, that's not
people
published
love
yet.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we don't. We're
What's
still
the,
scared
what's the
of
viral
publishing
hit?
that.
Tell us
Well,
about this viral hit.
I say viral hit. It's the best video we've had on TikTok.
7
All right.
likes?
How many likes did we get?
So it's all relative, right? Because on TikTok it's
Yeah.
tough. TikTok is rough
Well,
for,
yeah.
for getting.
I got
likes.
4 seconds and then I'm scrolling to the next thing. You better
Yeah.
catch me quick.
Well, I've got at work. There's a chap who's about, how old is he? I think he's about 22.
Uh-huh.
And I've said to him, "You're my Gen Z consultant."
Oh, yeah.
So I
Alright,
send the
okay.
video to him and I say, "Would you, do you scroll? Do you get bored?" And he's like, "No, that's good." So we have on the last one. I published a video about Spider-Man. You know, I was glowing
yeah.
about Spider-Man, and that's got 6,000 views,
That's pretty
which is
good.
pretty
Damn.
good on TikTok. That's
Go
pretty
ahead.
good.
pretty good.
And in terms of likes, we've got 488 likes.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
We got
Sweet.
41 comments and 39 favorites, and that's the sort of secret sauce if you can get favorites and shares as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one went down well. The second best one was when I was ranting about Starfield and said it was cack. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that was
so-
controversial, so people wanted to take issue with you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I suppose,
like-
this one was also controversial because Stu said Spider-Man 2 is controversial because it's only 15 hours, you know, and everybody was like,
Yeah, that's right.
"Who's that fucking idiot?" No, they didn't say that shit. They didn't say that. But a lot of people agreed with me and said like, "Who gives a shit?" Basically. But there are some people that disagreed with me. There was one person that said, "You're the reason why games are £70."
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you're the
Because
reason.
you're happy to
Yeah,
pay that money.
Yeah.
Because you do all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
you
loaded.
do all right.
That's
You
my
do all
problem.
right.
Is
So
I'm absolutely
70
loaded.
You know, Chinny sneezes £70. That's
Yeah,
like
no,
nothing.
I honestly,
Sneezing.
look, I think I've got £70 in my pocket now. You know, it
probably has.
doesn't really bother me. So yeah, we and there is another one coming off, but it was controversial. The new one that's getting
It is
uploaded.
very
because
controversial.
it was about the lesbian Dead Space stuff last week. So I sent it to
Yvette.
I sent it. I showed it Tara. She said, "I don't think you should post it, but I know you want to anyway." I sent it to you two. I sent it to my Gen Z consultant, and I also sent it to Jacinta,
All right, okay.
who is not a lesbian.
yeah.
She's not a lesbian. Just want to point out she's not a lesbian.
No.
But she's the best we've got.
As close as we
Sweet
can get.
God.
Close as it got.
Yeah.
And you know, she was very sweet, and she says, "Well, I don't speak for all lesbians, but she was like, I can see why people would get offended, blah blah blah. But you know, do what you know. So yeah,
I
it's-
showed it someone at work. They thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty funny is what we're going for. So on that email though, she attached a sound clip of somebody recording a previous sound clip. I've sent it to you, Duke. I've emailed it you.
What?
You did?
Yeah, I just emailed it you now.
Oh,
All right.
And it's
refreshing.
okay. So yeah, it's a sound clip that that she got someone to record.
Okay, cool. I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
This is working
We'll
brilliantly.
try it again. We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to
it. We don't want to make people sit here listening to us. Oh, there it goes. I got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. You
So
ready?
here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm ready.
Okay, you're gonna have to not talk while I'm
Yeah,
playing.
go.
Here we go.
Be quiet, Chinny.
Yeah.
Be quiet,
awesome
Chinny.
sauce.
Said by
I
little,
like it.
little Elliot, who said that for it. Yes, yeah,
Yay.
thank you very much, Elliot.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Wow,
I
Elliot
got
is
2 sound
growing
clips
up.
for it.
Wow.
Be quiet, Chinny.
Yeah.
They're both equally brilliant.
Actually, we've got 3.
Be quiet, Chinny.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Look at that. We got all the options.
So yeah, that's the news, I suppose. On the on.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
on the
Stu, that
ticket-
you're a
on the
big
tickety talk.
you're a big viral hit
Yeah.
on the tickety talk.
I
Sure.
don't know how to feel about that. It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess. I reckon I might be less of a viral hit, but might be a viral hit for all the wrong reasons in
Yeah.
about a week's time.
Yeah, when I post that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
When
yeah.
you post the other one,
Yeah.
people might be
Well,
going, "Who's him?" God,
Jacinta,
the old
our
dinosaur.
queer consultant, said that maybe I should. There is a small audio clip of Duke saying, "Stu, I know you don't hate lesbians because you like Gone Home and whatever." So she said maybe
Trying
you
to throw
should
you a bone.
maybe you should include that clip. So I might go in and put it in, but yeah.
Do you
so
know
it's-
what though? I actually have had time to reflect on what I said last week.
Okay.
And I totally stand by everything I said
I
last
thought
week.
you would,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I thought
But-
it was gonna actually
so
be
to make
some
that
step in the right direction.
to make that video, Stu, to make that video, I had to watch the Dead Space intro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, the way you were banging on about it was like that she got like a picture of a girlfriend out, and then she went to like a lesbian fest, and like but like what actually happened was she just said the word girlfriend. If she said the word boyfriend,
No.
it wouldn't be any
No,
different.
Oh, we're
issue
not
I've
going back
got-
into this
no,
again.
no. I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
for
this,
God's
right?
sake.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it's such a throwaway line, right? I felt like they
It's-
were
it's-
in the.
it felt- I
they were
felt
in the
ridiculous
fucking-
even bringing it up.
No,
Oh, wait,
they were
that's
in the
not-
designer's room and they were like, "How can we fit a lesbian into Dead Space?
No.
Let's do this."
No.
That's
That's exactly what
it
they were
is.
doing.
Yeah.
They're like,
Exactly
okay,
what
we
they were
have
doing.
to push a lesbian in
What
somewhere.
other reason is there? What other reason?
Yeah.
There's no need
Representation.
to reference anything.
The reason is representation. Representation matters.
No.
Okay,
it's
all right,
just
I'm
a
sorry.
line.
No, I'm sorry. I hate to
How
break
do we
it to
fit
you.
it in there? Let's
Okay,
do
okay.
this.
You can
No,
rail against
no.
it all you want.
All right, we need to move on because I'm not clipping this onto TikTok and making a lesbian video again. All right, this is not happening.
I'm just letting you know, for the record.
I'm just letting you
Representation
know.
matters.
All right,
I'm just
fine.
letting you
Forget
know.
it. Forget it. Let's move on. Jeez. So I've been
Quick,
playing.
someone tell a story.
I've been playing Lesbian Simulator.
Have you? How was it?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
My favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
I don't really have any stories really. It's just.
Well, then you suck. You be quiet
It's just
then.
nappies, mate. It's just nappies. That's all it is.
Yeah, no cute
So-
things
so-
that the
well,
baby's done.
So Rosary's a
Those who
month-
don't know, Chinny has a cute baby.
I have a very cute baby.
He does have a very
which is
cute
mine,
baby.
by the way. I didn't steal it.
Well,
That's what he says.
Well,
That's
yeah,
exactly
maybe.
what someone would say
Wow.
if they stole a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So the baby's a month old now.
God, that's
yeah,
mental. I
that's
can't believe
sad.
it's a month
Yeah,
already.
it's a month old.
Wait till she's 5 years old, and you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
She's getting chubbier. She's the goal. You know, when they're a baby, the goal is
yeah.
weight gain. So yeah, it's all good. So it's Yeah, it's fine. So no,
Oh, I
but
think
no
I
other.
told Amar I was going to play something for him, and I never did.
There's no other news. Oh, I do have something that I need to
yeah.
do. By the way.
Oh,
Oh, what's that?
oh,
hold
Change
on.
a nappy?
Wait.
Uh-oh, he's standing up. It's a perfect
no.
opportunity for me to play this song. Go ahead.
Wow.
What? So no,
The
You're welcome,
hell is
Amar.
that?
Thank you.
I go away
Wow.
for like 10 seconds. And
Well,
I'm
we had
like-
to do something to fill the radio
He's making
silence
my
while you're
ears
off
bleed
doing your
while
thing.
you're away.
So what
Jesus
do I have?
Christ.
We got to be aware that we have audio listeners, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So, I
that's
want
why I was filling in the silence.
So
Yeah.
so what am I holding?
A box.
It's a box.
A box.
It's got tape all over it.
What could this be?
What
a
could it
parcel.
be?
It could
Is that-
be
who's that from?
From whom?
who?
From whom?
who? From whom is
Well,
the
I know
box?
it's not the one I sent.
No.
Jacinta?
No.
Tainted Brain?
Who sent you parcels and hasn't sent me one?
Oh,
Oh,
Steve.
Mr. Hero.
Mr.
Okay.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, God, this is
I was
taking
gonna say,
ages.
the 1 week I'm not wearing my shirt. I'm wearing the ZPC shirt because it's to do with Delivery to Nimbus X, available at all fine bookstores.
Yeah.
Um,
You want drugs? You want science fiction? You got it.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah,
No,
we already talked
uh,
about Duke's book. Can we just move on from that?
Can't
Well,
remember
we're
if
trying
there's
to
any
fill time
lesbians in
while
here
you're
or not.
opening.
Is there any lesbians in your book, Duke?
I don't think there are any lesbians. In this
Have
book,
you
I'm
not
sorry.
done representation in your book? Shit. The
don't
man, you're
remember.
such a fucking
Okay.
hypocrite.
Shut up.
You were a
Shut up.
hypocrite.
Shut up. Right. The box, okay? He sent the box.
Yes,
Can
the
we
box.
focus on
Right,
the
go
box?
ahead, open it up. What's in it?
Jeez. Right. So there's a T-shirt. I've waited 2 years for this
A
box,
red
and you
t-shirt.
two are just talking about lesbians. So there's a
Because you're
T-shirt.
taking forever to open it. Go ahead,
Well,
open it.
Duke done the representation in his books.
So there's a
Okay,
T-shirt.
first of all, this is one book. If you're gonna put me on blast, I'll put you on Front Street.
right. there's
No
a T-shirt.
representation.
There's a T-shirt that says "Fuck this game, I'm done." So he's took our design.
Yeah.
For
I like it.
there
That's
you go.
right.
Nice.
I read. I like the colour.
Yes. These. What's this? There's a hand towel with.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's
fuck
a
this
whole
game, I'm
new
done on the
merch, isn't
hand
it?
towel.
Fuck
Very
this game, I'm
nice.
done on the hand towel.
That's whole new merch.
Yeah.
That is. I love
Yeah.
For
it.
those who don't know, new listeners, this is a phrase that Chinny has said many years ago,
I just want to say, F this game, I'm done.
and it's
These-
become his catchphrase, trademark.
These hand towels, these would be good for my snooker cue. I have a
Yeah,
hand towel
they'd be
for my
perfect.
Yeah,
snooker.
there you go.
I don't
Wiping
think
your
you should
stick.
be doing that hand action
Wiping
chinny, but there you
my
go.
stick.
Sure, you should. Go
Oh,
ahead.
he sent me a
Very sexy hand action.
transfer paper for my T-shirt press. So thank you very much for that.
Okay, okay.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
He sent me temporary tattoos, and they're
Oh,
all
nice.
little Mario.
All sorts of
tattoos.
Mario and Zelda ones.
And I didn't
Pokemon
know
saw
about
in
this
there.
because I knew he was going to send them. But these are transfers for T-shirts.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So like he's done like
Very cool.
yep, like my work.
Oh, okay. You wear a
logo.
logo.
Yeah.
And they're very sticky.
Sticky. They sound sticky.
Yeah. More veteran gamers logos.
Yeah.
More veteran gamers logos. They're all veteran gamers. So it's transfers, some hand towels, some temporary tattoos, and a T-shirt. Thank you very much.
I'm liking. Can I just say I am liking the hand towels? I think that's
That's
genius.
a nice touch, isn't it? It's a nice
It is.
touch.
We should. No one ever does hand towel merch. Who does that? You know what I mean? I think it's a new thing. I think you should do it.
Well,
Fuck
I
the
can't
t-shirts.
I can't
Go
do
for towels.
Yeah, but I can't do embroidery, so he can.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, not unless you get a machine.
That was a farcical sound effect.
Yeah, machines are about $4,000, Stu, and then you've got to get
Yeah, I
the
think you
threads
should
and the thread
get
tension.
look,
And...
You just shit $4,000 in like
yeah, I
2
do. To be
seconds.
fair, yeah, I could buy. You know how many times I could buy Spider-Man for that?
Yeah, exactly. If you can
Exactly.
afford Spider-Man, you can definitely afford like an embroidery
So
machine.
thank
I
you
don't
so
know
much
what's
for
the matter with you.
sending that, hero.
it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you so much. Brilliant. There you go.
Well,
I got
liking it.
Pez candy for my Maggie Simpson Pez dispenser.
yes.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yes, Steve. Thank you very much, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thanks,
I got a
Steve.
story to tell.
Go.
I had brunch with some friends, and then they came over and saw the goats. What a good story. The end.
Is that it? Is that your story?
That's pretty much it.
I've got a story. I've got a story.
All right, go ahead.
So
Is this episode the one where we just run out of ideas?
yeah, I'm just fucking running out of stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to open an orange carton for some reason. Anyway, so yeah, I decided fuck the PC. I'm gonna get Cyberpunk running on the Steam Deck because this is a fucking task, right? So you've got to have heroic launcher first of all because that's how you run good old games on the Steam Deck. So that's fine. So I downloaded it the first time. Didn't work at all. Wouldn't work. Kept crashing. Didn't load up. Nothing happened. I'm like, this is shit. And then about a week or two after Phantom Liberty launched, they went, we'll do an update on Proton and then it'll work for you. So like, brilliant. So I downloaded it a second time, right? Ready to go. Set it going. And I'm like, still not working. I've like played about 3
Every
minutes.
time I think like, no, don't tell that story, Duke. It's not. No one's gonna care.
Shut up.
I'm like,
It froze, right? So I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's fucking freezing on me. So I fucking uninstalled it yet again, right? And then I did it again and realized the DLC wasn't showing, but it was working, right?
for God's
So
sake!
I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I had a look
People in
online,
Gaza would take a minute to consider the people who are actually suffering in the world.
right? So I took a look online. I couldn't say that then. Took a look online, and you've got to tick a tick box when you download it to include the DLC you've got for it. I'm
Oh,
like,
Jesus!
and you've got to uninstall the whole game.
Who do I think
and
you are, Stu?
reinstall it.
Stephen Hawkins.
I know. So then I had to tick the tick box, reinstall the whole game yet again, which is
Oh
70
God!
gigabytes.
It's like 17 times to
So
install
at
it.
this point, right, I've downloaded about 400 gigabytes of game and still not played it on the Steam Deck. Right, so I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I did all that shit, right? Then you've got to sync your cloud save. So that's not the end of this shit. So you've still got to sync your cloud save.
Oh,
Did
hang
all
on,
that.
listeners. There's more. We're getting about to
And
the
so I got
halfway
it,
point, maybe.
did all that, job done, starts playing the game, finally got my save loaded. I'm like, I'm on. And like 5 minutes in, it just crashed on me. And I'm like, for God's sake. So at that point, I thought, fuck it. You can fuck right off. I'm not doing this anymore. Then went on look online and I found the right settings that you've got to set it up at to work on the Steam Deck. And eventually it worked. So I'll talk about that.
It sounds like this all might be more trouble than it's worth.
It did. Do you know what? I got to the point where I thought, this is it. Fuck it. You can fuck right off. That's it. I'm going to chuck my Steam Deck in.
Think how much
bin.
time-
I start games on my PC and they just start.
I spent so long. I could have played about.
I was going to
An
say
hour.
you could have played it
Yeah.
for all that time.
But Chinny, he's trying to play it in a way that not everyone else can.
Exactly.
He's
I could have
trying to
played it on the
play it so he
PC.
can-
no
What if he wants to
problems.
play it outside?
He's
and
trying
when
to
it's
play
freezing
it
cold and raining?
so he can play it on a little thing and go around other people's houses and go,
Yeah.
look at this, look at this, look at this.
Look at this running on the Steam Deck. It's amazing.
Worst podcast ever.
There it is. So there you go. That's my story of the week.
I
The
have
Steam
no
Deck
story.
sucks
I
ass.
was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Sucks
I
ass, that
paid
Steam
for
Deck.
I only needed to pay for the end.
Bernie, I'm going to set it on fire.
God!
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Now's the part of the show where we talk about the games we've been playing, not
Yeah.
just the prelude setup.
Are you still doing the
know.
the Dead Space thing where you're explaining what's going on?
No. I'm just trying to welcome new listeners. Is all.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow.
I'm only joking, new listener.
Wow. I don't
Now
even
you
know
can
what to
fuck
say.
So
We're glad you're with us. We hate you.
shall we do
do?
Uncharted, Stu?
Yeah. Hold up.
Hold up. This is
Does
the part
it?
of the game where they play a game that's old. And
You
they
always
try to
say, every
decide if
time
it
you do
holds up or
this,
not.
Duke. You always say this is the part of the game where they play a game.
Really? I say game?
You said it 2 times in a row.
Yeah, you
All
did.
right, well, now it's a game to see if I can fix what I'm saying.
This is the part of the show where they play the show, and then
That's
This is
right.
the part of the show where I prepare my slides for tomorrow. Let them
Right.
Talk about whatever.
So we played Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, but we played
We
from
did.
chapter 11. No,
Was it
12. 12
Well,
to...
was it 12 to 17?
to
Well, yeah, because we
17.
finished 11, didn't we?
Yeah.
12 to 17. So
What happened?
Yeah. So when we last left it, Camera Doodoo we didn't know got
Dead.
killed.
Dead.
Hugging. Chloe Fraser kind of got kidnapped, not really got kidnapped, not really sure. Got taken by Harry.
She's an aloof, Stu. You
Harry,
don't know what she's
Harry.
doing. She don't know what she's doing. She's a slippery snake, that Chloe.
You don't know whose side she is
You don't know
on.
what Willy she's jumping on. She's jumping on
No,
all sorts of
no,
Willys.
you know, she's
Yeah.
jumping on Willie's
I mean,
left, right, and
I'm not
centre,
saying that.
tell
She
you.
literally was fucking about at the start of the game. Like she was shagging everyone.
Yes, she was. It is true. It is
yes.
true.
So
So Chloe goes off, right? And then for whatever reason, Drake goes, "Oh, gotta rescue Chloe." Because, like, nothing going on there.
which is
but,
the start of the train sequence, isn't it?
It is which is, I'll be honest, right? I kind of enjoyed it, but it was kind of the fucking jet ski sequence in this game.
Yeah,
to an extent.
My notes here, Stu, say the train sequence is the first time I felt like I was fighting the controls. I fell off a few times, and then I saved myself a few times. It's a very impressive sequence. It's better than the jet ski sequence.
It is better.
It's very impressive. It's very cool. It's very long, but it's also quite janky and annoying sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Because you
When I
fall off
played-
and you get stuck on things and you die a lot.
Yeah. When I played Metro, is it Metro Exodus, the one where you're outside? There's a weird train sequence on that where you're traveling along on a train, but if you watch it for more than, say, 3 minutes, the same scenery goes past again.
The Scooby-Doo effect, I think.
Yeah, so they just did a looped scenery, and you just see the same things every 2 or 3 minutes. So I thought, I wonder if it's the same in Drake's. That's
typical
among
of you,
these.
Stu, just to play this
It
this action sequence. You know, there's so much money, so much special effects,
I know,
it's so high octane, and you go, let
Yeah.
me just hang off the side just so I can see if the background.
Yeah, and I
repeats.
waited. I'll be honest. I waited I sort of stood still for about 10 minutes just to see if I saw anything again, to see if it seemed like it was looping.
And
it didn't. I couldn't see. It seemed to be fairly random sort of scenery going past, and there were lakes, there were houses, there were like settlements, and it was pretty varied. I must admit. I think I don't know how they did it, whether it was just kind of some random algorithm that just kept randomly generating the scenery at the sides. It will look pretty authentic. I was quite impressed. So there you go. It is better.
So
than
your
Metro.
Nathan Drake is just a bloody daydreamer, isn't he?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
like,
He was just looking at the scenery.
He's fighting this massive fight, and then he'll stop and just look into the sky for like half an hour.
But it was beautiful. And then there's a weird can I just talk when we're talking about this? There's a weird section where there are overhead signals endlessly for ages. And then when they go, they're all at the sides. What is going on with this train track? I tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and it's conveniently timed with when you have to climb on the side as well.
Yeah, and run really quick, then you'll get knocked off by it. I don't know. It's a funny section of the game. It is a funny section of the game, but it's got plenty of action. There's some big dudes, little dudes. There's some boss fights. There's another helicopter decides to come and shoot at you.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there was a helicopter. I did forget about the helicopter being there. I'm just queuing up the footage now, and there's a clip of the helicopter blowing up the compartment that you're in, and this is fantastic because it rolls and rolls, and it looks like it's going to hit you, and then you go in the tunnel, which is just brilliant. So maybe I think we have to be really, really fair and say this is when you compare it to the jet ski sequence.
Oh, it's miles better.
It's like 100 times better, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is.
But it is
no doubt.
It is a moment of the game where you think you probably remember it better than it actually was. It's still fun. I think this section is still fun, but it's definitely and
it lasts for about 4 chapters. I mean, it's a huge part of the game. I mean, this thing goes on forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun to play through. There's a lot of cool set pieces during the time that you're doing it. And then let's be honest, the AI are just fucking stupid.
How many times did you die on this train section? Because I died quite a lot.
I didn't die a lot until I got to the helicopter, the last bit of the helicopter.
Yeah, but there's loads after that, isn't there? There's loads after that because you go in the tunnel. But I died in that tunnel quite a lot to the blokes, and sometimes they'd be in the carriage, sometimes they'd be on top of the carriage, and
they sort of moved around a lot, didn't they? And then there were the signals again.
But that's something that I thought was really clever in this game was like there wasn't the enemy could move on the carriage and below the carriage. You know what I mean? As well as you. So I thought that was quite cool. But yeah, it was a tough one, but it ends well, doesn't it? And obviously this is where the game started.
It begins. This is So
and I thought they did some really clever stuff where because you climb up the same carriage, but it's quicker because they cut certain things when you go
Yeah,
in
they
it,
do.
and they cut
And
some
they
of
cut all the last stuff out where
where you walk in
sort
and
of
stuff.
get out.
And I thought that was really clever, actually. I thought there was, and he says like additional dialogue that he didn't say at the start, like because you know why he's there. He's like, "Oh, Chloe's save Chloe. What am I doing?" You know.
Yeah.
And he also says an additional bit of dialogue, which I thought was really funny. Was I'm so sick of climbing shit. Is what he says.
Yeah,
which
he
I thought
does.
was really good.
Can I
He's
just
right to feel that way.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, he climbs a lot of shit.
he does.
Can I just say, did you realize at the beginning of the game he'd been shot? Because I'd forgotten all about the fact he got shot.
He don't, I don't think he knows he's got shot because he says, "Oh, I'm bleeding," doesn't he? He says, "Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it
blood,
doesn't
it's blood."
really. It does a good job of not really telling you at the
Yeah.
beginning of the game that he's been shot when you do that very first
But like,
section.
you know, there's no real reason for him to get shot, to be honest, because you know Finn shoots him,
Yeah, Harry.
but you know he's surviving because you survive the train crash because you've done it already. So
Yeah.
there's no point in him getting shot, if you know what I mean.
I get what you're saying, but obviously he has been shot because he's bleeding when we first meet him in the.
I
at the
know, but he
beginning
could
of the
have
game.
just like been really fucking injured from the train fall, you know. what I mean?
I guess
it
it's just clarifying why he's bleeding, I suppose.
Yeah, but he didn't have to bleed at all. He could have been bleeding from just the injury of the train going off the fucking cliff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But anyway, I just thought it was because it's kind of like a shock, like, oh my god, they've shot Nathan Drake, but you know that he's living. You know,
Yeah,
that
he's going to live. He's going to
yeah,
survive it.
Yeah,
because
because
obviously he
you
does.
played it, you know. But yeah, I think it's very good. Yeah, but I bet just shortly after the train thing, you get rescued, don't you? You know, you get rescued.
Yeah,
by,
well, you do
thing.
there's a massive shootout that goes on forever where you sort
Oh,
of
when you
shooting
like
at
in
all
the
bad
snow.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a huge shootout. And
yeah.
then you get rescued by a sort of a native dude.
Were
don't from the
you
mountains.
very, very pleased that guy who rescued you gives you a jacket on your next mission?
Absolutely,
Because
because
he gives
let's
you a
be
nice little
honest,
warm jacket, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He gives you,
yeah.
yeah.
He's like American Idiot with his sleeves rolled up in the freezing cold.
Yeah,
Bloody
yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, I bet,
Oh,
when I
yeah.
saw that jacket, I was like, I bet Stu bloody loves that.
I did. Finally, he's got some sensible clothing on for the climate. He's in.
So the whole thing is like
Crazy.
you get to this village and like this guy saves you, then you find this other chap who's German.
Yeah.
I thought he was British, and I was like, oh, definitely a villain if he's British. And he's like, no, he's German, he's fine.
Because
so
the Germans are never villains. In
No,
games,
never
are they?
villains. I
Never.
can't think of any instance where Germans
Germans
have
are
been the
villains.
bad
Hans
guys.
Yeah.
Gruber of German in Die Hard?
I can't think of any massive
No,
Austrian.
combat
definitely.
situation.
Austrians, there's never been a bad Austrian. person.
No.
There's no.
It's
video
funny because
game.
Hitler. You guys remember Hitler?
Remember the Nazis?
do.
Remember
We
them?
do.
Remember grape soda?
So, yeah, so he's like, I used to be on this journey, but then couldn't be asked or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like he just
couldn't be
stayed there, didn't he? Like you know.
Yeah.
And Nathan's like, what I didn't realize is like Nathan's like, I'm fucking done with this. This is boring now.
Yeah,
I want to go
yeah.
home and have some.
I've been injured too
Cocoa
many times
Pops.
and nearly died. I
Yeah.
nearly died.
And he's like, no, you've got to keep going. Why? Well, if you do this journey, you'll see why. I'd just say, like, no, fuck off. Look,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's
And
what,
let's be honest, right? He goes with the guide, the guy who rescued him. He's a guide, and he's like, "I'll take you." And what's the first thing that happens when they get to where they're going? What's the first thing that happens?
can't remember.
He nearly gets killed by
Everybody
this
gets-
fucking monster thing.
Oh, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought it was when everybody got diarrhea.
Yeah.
No, that definitely doesn't happen.
No,
But
that's,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
Uncharted 3.
He's like, I'm done with this shit because I've nearly died. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, you'll get something cool if you go on this journey. And he's like, nope, nearly died again.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a really good jump scare in this section because you're climbing something and there's like a monster in the foreground. You know
That's
that
right, yeah,
that
yeah,
really
yeah.
that made me jump, man. I was like, "Fuck you!" No, I wasn't expecting
Yeah.
that. I thought that was really good, and I do remember this ice cave stuff now, and I think I remember the twist that happens in the game later. I don't know if you remember this.
What a
I'm not
twist.
too sure
What a
if I
twist.
do.
So what happens in this? I won't tell you what the twist is, or what I think the twist is. I'm not sure, but you get attacked by these bloody, I don't know, werewolf
Monsters.
type monster.
Yeah, whatever the
things.
hell they're. There's
Um,
always monsters protecting this treasure for some reason, isn't there?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
As every treasure's guarded by dragons. As the
Well,
Greek
apparently
Diggers
it
say.
is. guarded by monsters.
So yeah, it's guarded by monsters. You fight them, and it's a tough fight, isn't it, against that monster? It's a tough whole battle.
Yeah,
Really difficult.
It's hard. You've got to do a lot of running around.
I
and
feel
sort
like
of
a
avoiding
modern
him.
game would have given you like a dodge. I know you can roll,
Yeah.
but like a proper like dodge mechanic when he comes at you or something. Because when he comes at you, you just kind of like bloody jump anywhere. Don't you? Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But I think like a modern game would have made like press circle now and you dodge him or whatever. But there isn't one. You just have to kind of run away from him in a kind of weird way.
mind it though. I must admit, I thought it was.
I thought it was a bit like clunky. I thought it was
Do you
really
think
clunky.
so? I
Yeah,
didn't mind
because
it.
I feel like they should have done stuff like, like littered some explosives around so you could shoot them, and you know what I mean, and stun him a bit more. But there wasn't any of that stuff. It was just run away from him.
Well, run away, and
Run
then
away!
if you do enough, it triggers a cutscene where you can jump on it. He grabs hold of you, and then you just shoot him in the face.
But it was
don't you?
literally just run away and jump out.
I'll
the
be
way.
honest though, that monster can take some damage. I mean, I shot him in the face about 3 or 4 times before it finally ends.
And then, and that's about where we got to, wasn't it? So I mean,
Yeah,
the big thing in what we played was the train sequence, which was massive. And then we do this ice cave, so it's going somewhere. But
And Chloe's laid her cards out on the table. She's like, "Fuck you, Drake. I'm with Harry."
yeah,
Kinda.
yeah.
He's like, "Stop trying to rescue me. I don't need rescuing."
That's it. So I mean, where it's going, we haven't really quite got there, but definitely the train sequence was the big part of what we played this week, and I think it was.
Yeah.
I think most of it was good. I mean, but
Elena did a good job, by the way, of tracking you down to the weird village in the middle of
fucking
nowhere.
day off. I don't know how she did that.
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Yeah. It's good. I just felt like I was falling off that train a little bit too often. I was like, just stumbling on stuff, and it was
I know what you mean.
okay.
I don't think I died that much doing that. I died the most, like I say, at the very end of the helicopter fight, where it's sort of because you have to shoot it with the rocket launcher, and then you have to get to the end of the train.
Yeah.
And the amount of times he got a direct hit on me and just killed me outright, I'm like, for God's sake!
Yeah.
And that probably happened about a good sort of 4 or 5 times I did that section before I finally completed it.
Yeah.
And it takes you back quite a way because you've got to shoot all them dudes again on the train before you get
Also,
to the
the thing that
bit.
bothers me is like everybody can do what Nathan Drake does in terms of jumping.
No, well,
and climbing.
I said that last week.
I know,
It's like-
I know. You said that because the cameraman can do it. This
Yeah,
random
cameraman
bloke in the
with his
middle of
camera.
this random bloke in the middle of fucking nowhere can do. So Nathan Drake isn't special at all. Like you think he's special because you can jump everywhere, but he's not. Everybody could do this. So,
Yeah, and I'm betting he can shoot people just the same as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's just, he's just some dude, isn't he? He's just a
some
dude.
bloke. He's just some bloke, and he's doing these death-defying jumps that Nathan Drake's doing. I'm like,
Yeah.
So what's so special about Nathan Drake? Like what?
Nothing.
He's
Nothing.
just lucky. He's just a lucky prick.
He makes it look good, is what's
Yeah, he
special
does,
about
he
Nathan
does.
Drake. He's
So-
a
Yeah, they
sexy
haven't got the
man.
one-liners. They haven't got the one-liners, have they?
They haven't got the lovely charm.
With dry wit like that, I could be an action hero.
Exactly.
They haven't got the lovely charm.
So yeah, where we finished, it's like a massive puzzle room, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I did start to play a little bit of it, and I'm like, nah, I've got to stop. So I did want to carry on. I'll be honest, I wanted to carry on playing it, but then stopped.
I got a ladybird on my monitor.
I want to be
Hi,
careful. They
ladybird.
bite them, they bite.
There's fucking loads of them in
Bite.
this house, mate. Loads of them.
What? I mean, they bite.
They can bite you, ladybirds,
Is that
It's
the same
true.
thing as ladybugs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we call them ladybirds.
with the spots on.
I've never been bitten by a ladybird.
Well, there's a first time for everything. You
I
never
guess
know.
so, or maybe you're
Never
making
know.
up some nonsense.
No, see, you don't believe me. Just look it up. Ladybirds can bite you.
I said I don't know.
Mhm.
I said maybe.
They can. It's true.
Okay.
So
Take
yeah,
your word for it,
it's
so that never
still.
take it
What are you thinking though? At the moment, it's still a thumbs up. It's still. Does it hold up? Is it holding up so
yeah.
far?
Yeah,
It's definitely holding up, isn't it? In a
it's
big way.
definitely holding up. Yeah, it's just I suppose it does. It has aged though. Do you know what I
It
mean?
has a little bit,
It
but
has
you know
aged.
what?
It has aged.
I don't. If I bought this game and played it for the first time tomorrow, I think I'd be quite impressed.
Yeah.
You know
There
what I mean?
are
And that's
just
how
some
I'm
things
judging.
still that I'm like, oh, this is age. This is yeah.
Why?
Why did you put lesbians in it? Yeah. So there you go. Uncharted 2.
Yeah, can I just say, Chloe is definitely not a lesbian.
I reckon she'd go anyway.
I
Chloe.
don't know. Sometimes people act like
She
one
prob-
thing and they're really
She-
another.
well, probably she would, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, that's Uncharted 2.
Yeah, it is.
We're done with that game.
We are
Right.
done with that. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, so I've been playing all kinds of games. For instance, Rocket League
Yay!
and New World, which is a really fun game. I've gotten to
Yay.
level 100 with my mining, so
Ooh.
I can get star medal now. I can dig that up.
Sure.
God, it's so exhausting. And for no reason at all, I just decided I needed to start a new place in Minecraft. So I'm building a new village in this Minecraft server because I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's a magic to starting over.
Oh yeah, there is.
And
Yeah, there's something special about it.
Because people asked me when I was talking about I'm playing on this townie server, and you make a town, and then I reached a point. I made a town, and it's this big, huge place. It's got 2 roller coasters. It's awesome. And then I was like, all right, I feel like starting over, but I didn't want to like abandon that town. Those roller coasters are awesome. I want to keep them alive and kicking, right? And in townie, if you abandon a town, people will come through and just screw it all up. So I would have to close up the roller coasters, right? So that nobody falls. I mean, I guess I could just leave them and people might dive into the pit of lava or whatever. But anyway, it turns out in town you can make outposts. So it's this like, it doesn't have to be connected to your main town. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I started a new town with this outpost. And then I was like, all right, is there a way to get another outpost going? And it took me a while to and people were like, why don't you just keep building whatever you were building? And I'm like, because I want to start fresh. And they're like, what? Why? Like, people just didn't get it. People had no idea like why I would want to start over, I guess. And maybe it just is different for me. I don't know. But I came to understand that there's also something special for me about making your own tools. And I realized that it kind of connects to the fact that I've had to make all my, oh wow, this is like an old video of a place I made. Oh man, I remember this place.
This is
That's a
the
good
video where you
town.
do a Minecraft server tour of New Timor 2 years
New
ago.
Timor. That's what I always call my home. And so it's like I've got like 20 of these, and so I'm just like, oh, I remember that. That was the one that burned up.
So is the latest one new team?
Nah, it's just New Timor. Anyway, yeah, that's a weird thing I built over there with the tower. Sometimes I just try some random stuff and they turn out pretty well. I should make another one of those. That was pretty cool. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, making your own tools is a special kind of starting over because it's one thing in Skyrim when you like pick up weapons and stuff, and you can make your own weapons, but you don't, when you make your own tools in Minecraft, it's like you're starting from nothing, literally nothing. And you're finding like trees and iron ore and stuff. But for the most part, you're making everything you use. And there's a certain deep satisfaction of having a village or a town or whatever it is that's composed entirely of stuff that you've made yourself, using tools you made yourself. So, yeah, Minecraft is fun. I don't know if y'all know this, but it's a fun game, man.
Yeah, it's a big old money maker, isn't it? Minecraft, I think they did all right, Microsoft, by acquiring that.
I was talking to
Yes.
Susan Linden Hall about
SLH.
about maybe bringing the Minecraft VG Hub server back for a little bit.
Oh,
Is it out of action now? I'm guessing.
But it's somewhere. I think Phil Olsen owns it, so I think he might be able to kick it off again. I don't think he would have deleted it. But if he has,
the other option is like, oh wait, because y'all are playing on
Bedrock.
Bedrock, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say you can always just pick an empty server. There's a million of them on.
You never
Java.
actually finished the Statue of Trinity, did you? I don't think.
No, we did not.
No. I made a lot of
'Cause I
progress
was-
on it, but
I mean, a
Building it in
real
gold.
Statue of Trinity would never really be finished, to be fair.
yeah.
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 Yeah, and so there's that. That's what I've been playing. That's the main thing I've been playing. Those are the big meaty items. New World, just running around mining stuff and fishing. That's the other thing in New World. God damn. In addition to the main story quest and all the side quests, there's this like thread of quests having to do with fishing. And one of the, it's usually like catch a catfish, catch a this, catch a that. And usually when you get the quest, the area where the person who gives you the quest, right next to them is a spot where you can do it. So when you get the thing to catch a catfish, the lake that the person's standing near is a good spot to catch catfish. So you just go fishing for a while, you'll catch a catfish. You're ready to go to the next place to hand off the catfish to the person. This one was like catch a treasure chest. Now, I
Nice.
had caught quite a few treasure chests the last time I had gone fishing. So I was like, damn it, I wish I would have kept one of those. Who knows if it might not have worked, but who knows? It's a nightmare trying to find a treasure chest now because the fishing, it's so stupid. Everything else in the game, it'll just appear in the world and then you go and you get it, or it tells you you can't get it. So I told you I recently got the ability to mine star metal, right? Okay.
Yep.
Before that moment, if I go up to a star metal pile, there's these ore, nodes. It'll just say, it'll have a red line through it and it'll say like, you're not able to mine this because I'm not leveled up enough. But with the fishing hotspots, it's this whole thing where you have to go to where they are and then like walk around until it activates and then you can go fishing in that hotspot. But they're not accessible until you reach a certain level. So you could look at a map of all the fishing hotspots, but you may or may not be able to access any of those because it depends on what level you're at. And it's just like such a pain in the ass. I'm like, why are y'all doing all of this? It's so stupid. And I go looking for information about, I don't even want to get into it. It's so stupid, but basically it's impossible to access certain hotspots, even when you're high enough level. Like for whatever, like people fish it up, I guess. Like they get all the fish out of that hotspot and you have to wait for it to respawn or repop or whatever. So I'm just running around going from one hotspot location to another and it looks like it's a hotspot, but like there's no way for me to get a treasure chest out of it. And apparently trying to do this quest without using a hotspot is just absolutely impossible. So there's a part of me that's like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this
That's
shit.
the problem with MMOs, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Guild Wars is good about it. And for the most part, New World is okay because, like, it'll say, like, find 50 iron ore or something like that. And you can just run around and eventually you'll find it. With these hotspots, they made the fishing hotspots a uniquely annoying kind of thing in the game for no good reason. So it's probably my least favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
I do the least of it. But I'm like determined. It's that thing of like I can't see anything else right now because this obstacle's in my way. Like I have to overcome
you
this
gotta
obstacle.
get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, so even though it bugs the hell out of you, and it's presumably
Bugs
not
the hell.
necessary.
It's
don't have
totally
to-
unnecessary. Who
Yeah,
cares?
you're
Nobody- that's who.
you're still doing it even
Yeah.
though you don't have
Still
to.
doing it. Man, what
Yeah,
are you
you're
gonna
an idiot.
do? Yes, we are all idiots in love, as
We
Keira
are.
Knightley says in.
We are.
Pride and
But does it
Prejudice.
still bring you joy though? Does the fishing?
It does.
Bring
Yeah.
you joy. See, well, that's
It
fine,
totally
then.
does. Yeah.
Totally fine.
Start over. That's the thing, SLH. Let's start over. That's the fun. I don't mind starting over.
No, you
I'll
seem
make
to start over a lot in games.
I do start over a lot because it's a blank canvas. There's like sky's the limit. There's so many possibilities, and then I go back to doing my own thing.
Yeah, you do what
But
you
I
always
didn't
do.
this time. I didn't actually. This time I made a little base underground so I didn't get blown up by creepers in the night. And then when I started build, I was like, I'm gonna make a different kind of home this time. And I made a home that looks like a fish.
Wow, it's interesting.
the
I thought
shape
you was
of a
going to say
fish.
something else.
Yeah,
know,
is
right?
it? Is this like influencing from like fishing a lot in New World?
No,
is that what's
I
happened
don't
here?
think so. I mean, not consciously. It's possible. It's always
Subconsciously, you're like,
possible.
oh,
Unconsciously.
fish.
But I will, so from the map, the overhead map, you'll see this fish just sitting there on the valley. And I made it too small, I think, because like the spot between the tail and the body of the fish, I made it just barely narrow enough for you to walk through. So when you go in, it's like squeezing into this tiny
Yeah,
narrow.
just about
and,
get
like,
in there.
It's cozy. But I don't think cozy, I have all the space in the world. Why did I make this tiny little cozy
Yeah,
house?
why have you got the tiny little fish house? I don't know.
But I made it out of orange concrete, so it's like literally a goldfish. And I finally had a reason to use acacia planks for the roof. So,
Wow.
there's that.
Well, I'll be interested to see the fish house. It sounds.
I'll have to take a picture of it, yeah.
You will.
When
Yes,
I
you
build
will.
some other stuff, then
Yes,
I can
please.
take people on a tour.
Yeah, we
of it.
can't wait.
She
Can't wait
is
to see the
dying to
goldfish
get-
house.
Show me the fish house.
Yeah, show us the goldfish.
Well, I was going to say, sorry, Stu, we didn't
ahead,
agree
say
on
it now.
how many chapters we would play.
Oh,
on
right,
on
okay.
Child.
Well, there's 26,
73.
isn't there? There's
26.
26 altogether.
We've finished. We're on
Uh,
18 now.
We're on 18, so what?
So I'm
18?
looking at it and I'm like, we could finish it
22?
18.
We could go to-
18.
because I think 22 is a big mission. So I think if we finish 21,
Yeah, up to the end of 21, and then the final 3 at the end.
because we could probably do the whole game, but I don't know, it depends if you want to or not, and just break it up. So we finish 21 and then.
Yeah, I think enter 21. Then we've got 5 chapters left, haven't we? At the end.
Yeah, I mean, and some of these chapters are just going to be like nothing. You know what I mean? Like chapter 16 was literally Nathan Drake walking around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, around the Himalayan village.
So some of them are nothing. So I reckon we've probably got about 2 hours left of this game. 2-3 hours maybe. But okay, yep. Sorry, dude.
Okay, we'll do that.
It's okay. We're good to go.
Yeah.
What's
Right,
next, Chinny? You got something?
Yeah, Chinny, what do you
Spider-Man?
got?
No, well, I think
Spider-Man?
Stu hasn't really gone, hasn't he? Really?
Well, we went
Okay.
together,
Go
I
ahead,
guess.
Stu.
Well, I can go.
Either one of you, go ahead. Start
Because,
it off.
as you well know, it was Halloween week this week.
Yeah, it was.
And
Halloween
I thought,
week?
Well, Halloween in the
It's
week.
Halloween, right.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Anyway, I thought, you know what? I think it's time to play a horror game, as it's
Okay.
Halloween, etc.
Yeah.
And I like the Dark Pictures anthology games.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
love
do.
those.
You're
You
crazy
love-
about those games.
Yeah, but I play them every year. I
Oh,
wait till
shit.
they get cheap. I wait till they get
Yeah.
cheap before I finally
Because you are cheap.
Because I'm cheap. And the Devil in Me was on sale at Green Man
Oh,
Gaming. It was Green Man
snap.
Gaming. It was for
Devil in
11
Me.
quid. And I'm like, I was waiting till it came under
Every
£15.
single
It's
Devil
near
in
enough to a tenner. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yep, pull the trigger. That'll do for
go
me.
for it.
11 quid. Jobs are good.
Yeah.
I've got to say this. I've started playing this game. I played the demo, and I kind of like the demo. I did the demo differently this time because you play as this wedded couple who are on the honeymoon, and they go and stay in this. It's called the Hotel at World's End or something like that. It's called.
Ah.
And there's a dodgy dude in there who happens to be a serial killer. Right, who's
Oh,
got this
snap.
whole place booby trapped.
Oh, and
And
he steals things from people and sells them.
and
Didn't you tell us
that's
about this?
correct. The jewelry, you remembered, he steals the
Yeah,
jewelry
I
and then
remember
sells
this.
it in the, at
I
the front
listen to
of
what
the
you
hotel.
say.
That's right. I'm quite impressed.
Who said that?
So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it slightly different because the first time it's like you can go and investigate when he comes in the bathroom, or you
Yeah.
can just stay in the bath. And I stayed in the bath last time and he just strangled me and shoved my head underwater and killed me. Right, so like,
Oh, man.
maybe it's better to investigate because that way I might survive this encounter.
You might. No
So I played
promises.
as So I'm the woman, gets out the bath, and then obviously she's naked, and then he's
Woo,
like,
naked. Is
he's
she
like,
a lesbian?
woohoo, and she's like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, and he gets a cutthroat razor out,
Oh my God.
and then slashes your throat with it. So I was
Holy
like,
crap. This
didn't
guy's
work
a
much-
psychopath.
It didn't work much better. And
Is there any way out of that?
no, I've had a look. There's no way of getting out of it. So
Ah.
as the husband, when this happens, you then try and get in the room, and then he slashes at you, and then you like hide in a room, and then the room gets filled with all this toxic gas.
Oh,
right.
jeez.
And she's
Watch out for the
she's
toxic
sort of
gas.
still alive, and she crawls across the bathroom floor, and then there's a two-way mirror where he can spy on people in the bathroom,
Ah.
and you're in that two-way mirror bit. So she
Oh,
obviously
jeez.
doesn't know you're there, so it kind of doesn't make much sense. But she doesn't know you're behind the two-way mirror, and you're dying there. She's
Yeah.
dying on the other side, and she sort of clambers up the wall and puts a hand on the glass, and you put your hand on the glass, right? And then you both die around the same time. She sort of slides back down and dies, and you slide back down and die, and you get an achievement called "Till Death Us Do Part." And that's pretty cool
Ah. Because you're both
Was it?
dead.
because you're both dead, and obviously you sort of die almost together. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I like it's kind of a cool secret achievement, and you've got to do it that way around to get it. So it's kind of a
Sure.
rarer achievement than doing it the standard way. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it sort of moves on to like present day, and yeah, you're a group of sort of internet filmmakers, I guess is what you call them. You know, who make sort of stuff for YouTubes and all these
It's
like
called TikTok,
documentaries.
man.
Or
It's all
Tickety Talk.
Tickety
Yeah.
tick took.
Yeah, and
TikTok,
you
you don't stop.
YouTube documentary makers who make these schlocky like horror documentaries on haunted houses and
Mhm.
possessed
Yeah.
people and all that kind of jive.
Sure.
So this dude called Mr. Dumont or something he's called has contacted and said, there's this hotel on it. He said, by the way, it's on this sort of like isolated island. I didn't realize this when obviously at the beginning of the
Ooh,
game.
spooky.
And he's like, yeah, come along to the island and you can have free reign on the island and investigate.
Yeah, man.
to
Come
your
on to the
heart's
island, man.
content. So they're like, yeah, I can't wait for that. So yeah, so
Cool.
you get to the island and then
Is there because this is like an option game, isn't it? Where you can choose different options.
correct, you can choose.
Is there, an
dialogue.
is there an option where you can go fuck that
Yeah, that seems like a really
and
bad idea.
stay at home,
Yeah, not gonna go to the dodgy island with an isolated hotel.
and the rest of the game is
Um,
you just shopping at Aldi?
It is. That would be probably a safer option.
Oh, I
to
don't
do,
know. Have you
apart
been
from
in
the
Aldi?
cost. Apart from the cost,
Depends
it
on
would
which
cost a
Aldi you go to.
fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think this is the closest to Until Dawn that they've made since then, because it is about a serial killer. So it's a lot, and there's all these booby trapped rooms and
Oh,
dodgy
dude.
stuff going on. Yeah, and I'm guessing there's a weird guy in a yellow raincoat who keeps appearing in the distance and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm probably going to
It's
get
creepy.
killed a lot.
Oh, dude.
And it lied. Do you know it lied? The game
You
lied.
Why?
Because at
How
the
so?
start of the game, there's like a narrator dude who narrates all what's happening and sort of records it all down. And he always talks to you before you start the game. And he goes, well, last time you played, nobody survived. And I'm like, fuck you. There was 4 people survived. I only had 2 killed. You're a fucking liar.
Yeah,
it
you
obviously didn't-
fucking liar.
Yeah, so he didn't obviously
You
read my
bitch.
save game right from the last time I
Guess
played
not,
it.
uh-uh.
Because I had nobody survived. You didn't do a very good job. Or something like this. And
Kiss
I'm like,
my ass.
The people that
Yeah, you
survived
can-
were
Good job.
ghosts, Stu.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
they were.
exactly.
Yeah, like you can piss off your patronising
Mm.
twat. So yeah, so I'm guessing there's gonna be lots of near misses and potential deaths and stuff. So
Could be.
and it's kind of cool. Whenever you make a dialogue choice or a decision in the game, it's like Bearing's changed. So it does this sort of
Ooh.
almost like Clementine will remember that. You know, so
Yeah,
he
there you
kind of
go.
does that, but it's Bearing change. So if you do like make a decision that changes the course of the game, that's what it says to you.
Sure.
But I do think these, unlike the Telltale games, everybody can die. So there isn't a. Whereas with Telltale, you always kind of get to the same end of the story, whatever happens.
Yeah.
With these games, the outcome
A
can
lot of branching options.
yeah, can seriously affected by the stuff you do within the
Yeah.
game.
Well, as I've
Yeah.
said, that's all a matter of just like putting in the time to cause those branches.
Yeah.
If anybody's, have y'all ever tried to make a choose your own adventure story?
No,
Like,
they're
story
so
with
difficult.
branching
man.
options. Like, yeah, it takes forever. And once you do
Yeah.
it, you understand why these games tend to not have a lot of branching, like actual branching stories. Like they tend to come back to one spot because once you start coming up with all these different things that happen, it just gets so overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, I
But
don't
yeah, I'm
blame
always
game
impressed
developers.
with these. I mean, these games kind of get middling reviews. Some people like them, some people don't seem to like them as much. But I just think the amount of effort that goes into, like you say, creating all these branching options of the game
Yeah.
make for an interesting experience, in my opinion. The voice
Sure.
acting's always spot on. The facial animations are always a little bit weird. They always look a bit glazed.
These
You know,
are, I'll tell you what, these games
focused
are
on minor
like
aesthetic
your
details.
because you, Stuart,
yes.
are a bit of a gaming
Mark.
snob,
I
right?
am.
Because
We're all
you
gaming
only
snobs.
play games that review well.
I do.
Therefore,
it's true.
Because
Except Deadly Premonition.
That's a great
because you like value for money, you don't want to waste your money, so you buy games that are
Correct.
good. So you let reviews tell you what to do because you're a sheep and not a wolf,
Yeah.
like us Trump
Like you.
voters, like Trump voters.
Do your own research.
Yeah, do your own research. Read the what do they call it? What did
Wake up, sheeple.
yeah, sheeple. That's it. Read
Q's
the
coming soon.
yeah, read the thing.
Yeah, read the thing. Come on.
So this is your one exception where like they don't review well, but you play them. This is
do.
really rare for you
Yeah.
to
And
play
I
a game that
enjoy
doesn't
them.
review
I would
well,
actually
and you
really
enjoy
like
it.
them.
Rare,
Because
maybe.
I'll tell you why. Because this is as closest to fucking Heavy Rain you're gonna get these days.
It is. These are like Heavy Rain. They
These are
that
like Heavy
sort of
Rain, but
game.
good.
They are-
Like Heavy Rain was the first
But
one to come
better.
along, and everybody was like, "Oh, this has got so much potential." I kind of like it because I just like the potential of it, even though it was fucking awful. And then, but like now they've sort of mastered the format, and no one cares anymore. Everybody's like, "Just give me the Spider-Man. I don't give a shit about this anymore." Or let me shag a bear, or whatever you can do in Baldur's Gate. So all right, but these games, Stu, these the dark. Whatever. What are they called?
Dark
It's
Pictures
Dark Materials.
Anthology.
Dark
No, Dark
Pictures
Pictures Anthology.
You
Yeah.
just love them.
I do. The jank. They're a bit jank.
Yeah.
But they're kind of an enjoyable.
This
Jack.
is-
I kind
this
of
is-
enjoy.
This is
playing
your
them.
version of when I loved the CSI games. Remember
Yeah,
that?
even this, I mean, you can see the dude on screen trying to position this dumpster so you can get through the window. And it's janky as all hell. It takes a lot of fiddling about to get it in the right place.
Remember when I had that
Fiddly,
soft spot
fiddly.
for those CSI games, Stu? And there was
Yeah, that's
Uh,
like this or
it's
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
Sherlock
Sherlock
Holmes
Holmes,
kind
yeah.
of games.
Yeah, I argue that Sherlock Holmes game is good though. That's a good game.
I'd argue these are pretty good. They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
they do look good. They do look good. Yeah, they do. look good.
Graphically, they always look great. I must admit, when I started it, I thought, oh, because all the other games have run really well on the Steam Deck, right? So I was like, oh, this will be fine. I started it up, and at the very beginning of the game, when it did the initial cutscene, the hotel just wasn't there. There was just nothing there.
Maybe it was a
it's like-
ghost hotel.
Yeah, there's just gone, and there's disembodied legs floating around, and yeah, I'm like, ooh, this isn't looking good. Turn the settings down; it was fine. I just had to take
Yeah.
it off high settings.
So there you go.
was it?
The dark.
I like them.
pictures.
I'd recommend. I mean, at a tenner, I think these are really good value for money. You know, when they come down in price a bit.
How long do they last on average?
Not long. Usually,
4 to
about-
6?
well. To be fair, no, a bit longer than that. I would say 6 to 8. I would
That's
think.
good value for money. I think.
But I'll be honest, it depends how shit you are because you can get people killed really fast.
yeah.
So I guess these games can last a very short amount of time. If
Question, Stu:
you're
would you
terrible
rather
at keeping
pay a
people
tenner
alive.
for all of these games, or pay £70 for Spider-Man?
No, I'd rather pay a tenner for all these games. I'm
Wow.
being totally honest.
Wow.
I just feel
Some
like there's
people
such
just
good
don't like
value
nice
for money.
things.
No, I
Yeah,
just
really.
see the good value for money.
Yeah.
And I mean, this game's made me jump maybe 2 or 3 times already, so it's doing
How many
its
times
job.
has Spider-Man made you jump, Chin?
Yeah, exactly, Ginny. How many times that
Jump
made
in
you
joy.
jump in
Yeah.
joy?
Did you play the first Spider-Man game, Stu?
I did. I enjoyed that.
Oh,
I
you
played
like
it and I
that.
finished it. I did finish that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I did like the first Spider-Man game. I wasn't like, fawning over it quite as much as you do, but I did
I
enjoy
don't know what you're talking about.
it. Yeah,
Don't know
come
what
on.
you're talking about. I never.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's this game then. The Dark Pictures.
Yeah, the
The
Devil
Devil
in
in
Me.
Me.
Give it.
One
I
of
mean,
the-
they're,
his
like I
dark
say,
materials.
they are all
play it.
worth a go. They're
Just
all worth a
play
go.
it.
They're all great games in their own right. I like them
Nah.
all.
No.
All right. So, shall I go?
You go.
Go ahead, you go, Chinny. With
You
your bad
go,
self.
Ginny.
I bet you can't guess what I've been playing.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He does
Spider-Man.
whatever Spider-Man can.
Can do.
So, the Spiders. There is some good stuff about this game that I like. There is some stuff that I'm like,
I would hope so.
ugh.
So, say for instance, I
Yeah.
was a complete
All right, so
video game novice and never heard of video games, didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
What one thing would you tell me about Spider-Man 2 that made me go, yeah, want to play that?
It's
it's fun.
it makes you. It's the closest thing you'll get to feeling like Spider-Man.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
I mean, like obviously VR, but like you'll throw up if you do that. All right.
Yeah, that is true.
And also, who likes VR? Because it's just cack.
It's
But
just dumb. It's
Nerds,
just dumb.
idiots.
so, yeah. I mean, it makes you feel like Spider-Man. Like that's just what the game does.
Well,
And it's
yeah.
fun. Like this game has a really good fast travel. It's really weird that this game's fast travel is instant, right? Instant. But this is one of the very few games where I actually don't mind traveling around, like
Yeah,
because
right.
I'm swinging around. If The Witcher 3 or Skyrim or Fallout or Starfield or whatever had fast travel as quick as this, I'd love it. But in this game, I'm not fast traveling anywhere. I'm like, oh my god, it's on the
No.
other side of New York. Let me just
Journey
swing all the
is
way
as
over
much
there.
fun
Yeah.
as the destination.
Yeah. So it's brilliant. So
Do you know,
um,
can I just
yeah.
say, Phantom
we don't have
Liberty's
time.
a bit like that now because that's got fast travel
Always
points.
about Phantom Liberty.
But I never fast travel because I have this cool motorbike, and it's cool when you
Vroom,
corner.
vroom.
It does these cool slides round. You can slide it round corners, and it's
But I-
amazing. I'm
yeah,
like,
I never,
yeah,
I never
brilliant.
fast traveled around GTA because I'm just like
No,
part
you just
of
wanna
the
drive
part of it
everywhere.
is like you want to drive around it and
Yeah,
experience it. you know.
totally.
Um,
And
get it.
proved it so much. Like the driving mechanics are so much better than they used to be.
so one of the bad people in this, I can't remember his name. He's like Raven or something like that, or Wraith or
Oh,
something.
Raven, he's a bad guy.
His thing is that he hunts. So this is how the whole game starts. The plot of the game.
Does he skin the Shadow Wolf?
He hunts like the best killers in the world. Like that's his
Oh,
thing. He's like really into it.
I
And
bet
one
he
of the first
does.
cutscenes you see is him in the jungle, and he kills this guy, and he's like this is the best you can do, and then some like I don't know apprentice comes up to him and goes, oh, maybe you should go to New York because there's loads of bad guys there, and he shows you all the villains, like Scorpio and Doc Ock and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, that sounds a lot better. Yeah, I'll hunt those, and what I love about the hunting,
Why you want to kill me?
because there's like different factions, I suppose, in the game.
So is he? Just a minute. So this Raven or whatever he's called, he's hunting the bad guys. Is he?
He's hunting the bad guys at the
All
start
right.
of the game.
Okay.
And so one of the bad guys is not a bad guy anymore. His name's Tombstone. He was in the first game, and he's basically a man made of stone, pretty much. So he's hard as a rock, right? And but he's conformed. Like Spider-Man caught him in the first game, and now in the second game he's trying to like do the right thing. He's not trying to get subdued into like being bad. That Sandman fight at the start of the game that I produced. So that was the reason why Sandman turned into Sandman, because Sandman does that when he's angry, right? And
You won't like me when I'm angry.
the reason why he does that is because he knows that Rafe chap. Let's just call him the
Raven
hunt
man?
the hunt man, right? Hunty man,
man.
all right. The hunty
Sure.
man is after him, so he gets all pissed off because his whole story arc is about his daughter. He loves his daughter, or whatever, blah blah blah. And so he gets scared and he turns into the Sandman. So then you find that out, and then you find out that like he's after, the lizard. There's a lizard enemy in Spider-Man,
Okay.
and it's one of the doctors. He's got one arm, and the whole reason why he wants
His name is Lizard Doc.
the lizard of the wolf, or I don't know what he's called, right?
Yeah.
So these,
Right.
but the whole thing he loses his arm and he's trying to get it back to grow it, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, lizards can grow their tails back, so he injects himself
Sure.
and he turns himself into a lizard. So in this game, he's good. He's a good guy because he's controlled the lizard side of him, and Raven or whatever injects him with the stuff, and he goes, "You're a fucking lizard again, you dickhead."
Turn him bad
So
again.
he's trying to corrupt. There's a lot of bad guys in this game that have actually turned good, but he's trying to corrupt them. He's trying to be like, no,
so he can hunt them down
yeah.
afterwards.
And obviously, this
Wow.
game features the sentiote, which turns, the bad guy Venom, which is like an alien sentiote that comes down
alien
from
thing
space,
on him, yeah.
turns Eddie Brock, who's a journalist, into Venom. But this sentiote, we've never. I don't even know if Eddie Brock is in this game so far because I haven't seen him. But that sentiote goes on to the Green Goblin guy, which is Harry Osborn, and turns him into
Goblin
some
Venom.
sort of like weird superhero, and then eventually ends up on you. So it's kind of like playing around with that whole Venom stuff,
Sure.
which is really cool. But what I love about the hunting faction is they just fucking love hunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of their lines is "hunt to live, live to hunt." Right?
There
It's
you
like
go.
you're not into anything else.
They're
You're not into
Russian.
crochet or anything like that. You're just into hunting.
No, we hunt.
We
That's it.
hunt, and what's
It's like
also
Lord
funny.
Hersine in Skyrim.
What's also hilarious about the hunting crews, they just love hunting. That's the whole thing. And they're also
Yeah.
fucking shit at it as well, because I kill them all. All right, they're all just so cack. Right, and at one point you play as MJ in this game. You did in the first game.
Michael Jackson?
I know,
Mary,
that's quite
Mary
impressive.
Jane. Mary Jane.
That's
So the
awesome.
Michael Jackson sections are later. That's where you go to the I won't say it, the children's hospittal, and you steal them all. No, right. So
we went there.
I won't
Come
say
on.
it. Let me just say it.
I'll just say it anyway. Yeah.
he was a paedophile. So the you play as Mary Jane, and in the first game, the problem with everybody hated the Mary Jane sequences because they're kind of slow, they're stealth, and you have to. Spider-Man is in the facility, but he's sort of like helping you out as a sort of like as a side character. It's kind of the same, but the good thing is you've got a stun gun now as Mary Jane, so you've got like a
Okay.
kind of weapon,
Got a weapon at least,
which
you're
is
not
good.
helpless.
But and also they're still the same types of missions, like they're still stealthy.
Yeah.
But what I also, because you're killing these hunter people who are supposed to be professional hunters. You got
Yeah.
Mary Jane here, who's just a fucking journo, right?
Yeah.
Walking around stunning these fuckers like nothing. So
Right.
these hunters are just shit. They're absolutely cack. All right, no wonder he
Yeah.
fucked off to New York, the main guy. Yes, there's some great. You play as a lot of different characters in this game. So you think you're just playing as Spider-Man, but you don't. You play as loads of different characters. Obviously, you
Yeah.
play as like Miles Morales, the other Spider-Man, but there's other characters that you play as all the time.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And there's I mentioned this before, but there's a deaf character in the game, which is
Yeah.
Miles Morales' sort of love interest girlfriend sort of thing.
Yeah. Sure.
Haley, I think her name is, and she has some great moments.
But why, Chinny? Why do they need to make her deaf? Why not just make her normal?
And she's also black. Oh my god!
Oh,
Adele.
God.
Oh,
Oh, my
God! So woke. They're so
Why?
woke.
Oh my god.
Ah,
But so what's really cool about that is that you get to play as Haley, so you get to
Yeah.
play as a deaf person.
does it play with like the game? Does the audio go different?
Correct.
or-
Yes, it does. It
Ah,
totally
that's
does.
Nice.
pretty cool.
But
That's awesome.
they use like emotes to
Yeah,
to express how she's feeling it, what she thinks
That's
other
so
people are
cool.
doing. It's brilliant. And her thing is
It
that
is
she's a
brilliant.
street artist. She's an artist, so
Okay.
yeah. So she has a whole mission, and it's really really good. It was a really nice like mission.
Yay.
One of the best I think side missions I've ever played is the there's a whole thing. I won't spoil what happens, but there's a whole thing about a museum where like basically a jazz museum is missing a lot of its stuff, and Miles has to save it
Okay.
for his mom and whatever. It's really cool stuff in there. What else? Yeah, they keep changing. So you know these side missions where back in these open world games, like they repeat the same side missions. Like you've got to do this. So there's one side mission,
Yeah.
for example, where you control a remote control bee, right?
Right.
And the whole
Remote
thing
control
is that you have
bee,
to.
like a bee, like an insect.
The whole thing is that you have to. You're controlling this bee and telling this bee intelligence to help it learn what is bad stuff to eliminate and what's good stuff, and you know what I mean.
Sounds dreadful.
It's kind of like a weird hacky way of doing it. But anyway, it's a side mission. But then in older games, this would have just been the same mission but in a different place. But what happens is
Yeah.
like something different happens. So you're playing as the bee, and then all of a sudden the battery runs out, and you've got to reset it, or like you do another one where somebody
Okay.
robs the remote control bee that you're controlling, and then you have to chase the guy.
okay.
So they're always changing it and always doing something different.
Okay.
Stu, you
It reminds
love.
me of GTA San Andreas when he has
So
to.
it's just
do
a
the
bit more
drones and stuff.
dynamic. It's a
what
little
did
bit
you
more
What did you say,
dynamic.
Duke? Sorry.
When, in San Andreas, was it where he's controlling the
Helicopter.
drones?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
helicopter, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bit like that. But it's
kinda
like
similar.
imagine every time you do it, there's something different that happens. You know, like
Yeah,
some-
sure.
yeah. And so Stu, you'll love this.
Go on.
In the
I'm listening.
windows of the buildings, there are
Yeah.
some brilliant little details in the windows.
Okay.
There are actually people in the buildings of the windows,
Dude.
like
that's crazy.
animating, moving around.
Yeah, doing stuff so it feels alive.
So it
feels
looks
like
like
a real
because
place.
obviously if you're running and swinging 100 miles an hour, you don't see it. But now and again, you'll run past it and you'll see a little glimpse of a window, and you're like, oh, there was somebody in there.
Oh, there's two
Yeah,
people
someone
naked
doing-
pooping on each
If
other.
you- if- yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You
That's-
get to
wow,
see the
that's a bit
recording
of
of
a-
two
yeah.
two girls and a cup or whatever it's called. Two cups and a dog. I don't know what it was called.
I don't know. I never
Yeah.
saw it.
So there's some nice little aesthetic details too. And then
That's awesome.
the last thing I'll say about Spider-Man 2 is that everybody, like, I was listening to some reviews and like IGN are just glowing about it. Kind of funny games are like, oh my god, this is the best game ever, which is great. I agree with that. But they all bang on about the haptic feedback. You know, the rumble in the controller.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good. Do you know what I mean? Like the feedback's good. It's it's unique. It's different. Like you know, even when like Miles fist bumps someone, sometimes you feel it, and it's very subtle. But they go on about it like it's the fucking
Yeah,
best
right.
thing.
Second coming.
Yeah,
It's a
and
little
I'm
bit
like,
of rumbling in your
it's
controller. Like
it's
doesn't-
good,
yeah.
but it's like,
Well, they have
it's-
these fancy triggers, don't they, on the
Yeah,
on
and
the
that only
PS5?
happens once, like the trigger stuff when you break in the crystals, the Sandman crystals. But the haptic feedback and stuff is like it's better than normal Rumble. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
an upgrade on Rumble, but it's not like this life changing
It's a
thing.
tiny improvement, but
Yeah,
it's not.
and I
like
also didn't
the second
realize
coming of
that the web sound effect comes out of the controller as well. So the
Oh,
the sound
nice.
of the webs comes out. I didn't notice that because I was playing it, and Taurus was like, "Why can I hear the webs? Like, what's going on?" I was like,
Did
"Oh,
you
it's
had
coming out of
headphones
the
on
controller."
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's it. Spider-Man 2. I'm probably about 50% in terms of completion. There's
Spider-Man.
plenty of story missions left, Stu. I'm not flying through it.
Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah.
I probably played
I
it
heard only
more
takes
than
10 minutes to play the whole game.
more than 13, 14 hours, and I'm nowhere near the end of the story yet. So Screw you.
Yeah.
No, whoa, I haven't played the game. I don't know. I'm just saying what people
Yeah,
are
but you
saying.
said that you
Yeah, you
as
said.
soon as Chinny started talking about it, you said, "Well, let me ask," because I hear this game's only 15 hours.
Look, I'm just voicing the opinions of
Yeah.
people who think it's not good.
That's why he
value for
mentioned it.
money.
I'm just letting you
All
know.
right, Piers Morgan.
good.
So yeah, the that's it. Yeah, Spider-Man 2. It's still great. Love it.
Can I just say, while you're talking about new and shiny games, I keep eyeing up Alan Wake 2. I've got to resist. I've got to resist,
Yeah, you
man.
do.
Why do
I
you
keep
need to
looking at
resist?
him. Oh, because I've just got too many other things to
Shit.
finish. I want to finish other stuff.
Like what?
I felt like Phantom Liberty. I'm still playing Dead Space. I'm obviously
Did
playing.
you finish Elden
You
Ring?
just played Phantom Liberty.
No, but I
Did you
played
finish
a lot
Elden
of it.
Ring?
I played a lot of Elden
Doesn't matter
Ring.
if you play a lot. Did you finish it?
No, I didn't.
Did you
No.
play it on the Steam?
What
Deck?
else
But
have
I'm
you not?
I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to.
What else
finish
have you not
stuff.
finished, Stu?
Lots of things.
Go on, give me some
But-
lists because I remember at the
No.
start of the year you said I'm going to start finishing games. Go on, tell me. Come on, confession, Stu.
Well, the
come on.
trouble is, right? The trouble is Game Pass because
Oh, it's Game
Don't blame
Pass's
this on
fault.
Game Pass.
It's Game
I
Pass's
have Game
fault.
Pass too, and I finished. Oh wait, no, I don't.
it's Game Pass's fault because I don't have to buy games, so I'm not
No,
as
you don't.
inclined to finish them because I haven't paid cash
Yeah,
for them.
but so
Whereas Phantom Liberty, I paid for that, and Alan Wake 2, I'll have
And
to
you still
buy.
haven't finished it.
And I still no, but I'm
Is
playing
Alan
it.
Wake- Alan Wake
Yeah, you
2's
bought
on-
Elden Ring though. That's bullshit. I don't want to hear you
Alan Wake
playing
2's
on
on-
Game Pass.
Alan Wake
Yeah, I
2's
did.
on.
I did buy Elden Ring as well. I did too, but I played a lot of
What are you
Elden
talking
Ring.
Isn't Alan Wake 2
Oh,
on Game
stop
Pass?
it.
Is it on Game Pass?
No, I'd be playing it now if it was.
Oh,
But
right.
City Skylines 2 is.
But I'm trying to resist. I'm trying to change things. Look, I'm trying to
Yeah.
prove that there is such a thing as free will. Do you know what I mean? It's not preordained. I'm going to
Nothing
play
to do
it
with
just
free
yet.
will, dude. It's just you
Just-
not finishing games.
Willpower.
Willpower.
That's
Well,
what
that's
it
a
is.
different matter. Yeah. That's-
Willpower. I'm just
Green
trying
Lantern,
to
Hal
resist.
Jordan.
I'm resisting temptation, but I
Yeah.
keep looking
There
at
you
it.
go.
I
If you
keep
want- if
reading
you want
live
another
reviews, and I'm
excuse-
trying to look at stuff, and I'm like, it looks so good.
If you want another excuse, Stu,
Yeah.
why don't you hold off? This is a good excuse for you to not play it, right? Why don't you hold off and we'll finish Uncharted 2, we'll finish Uncharted 3,
Yeah.
And you play Alan Wake 1 to see
and we'll
if it
play
holds
Alan
up.
Wake 1.
But the problem is, right, I wanted to figure in my Game of the Year stuff, but I know I'm just not going to have time to finish Phantom Liberty. You know, Dead Space I could put to
Nope,
one
you
side,
will
but then
not.
I'm quite enjoying it, so I don't want to put that to one side either.
Mm.
And now I've started playing The Devil in Me, but I
Oh.
know that's going to be short, so I can probably, get through that pretty quick. But I just, I don't know. I just want to play it. I'm just, I've got to stop. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do
It's
it.
tough. It's a tough life you
It
lead.
is tough. It is tough.
It's a
All
hard
these
knock life for
decisions
Stu.
and
It's
choices
a hard
and
knock life. And you.
oh, they look so good.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to move on.
Okay.
So, Stu, what have you been playing?
yeah.
Yes. Other than that, talking of Phantom
Not
Liberty,
what have you been trying to install on the
I
Steam
know,
Deck, but what have you
Phantom
been
Liberty.
playing?
I am like flying through this game.
Yeah.
Just love this game so much. It just keeps getting better and better. I mean, the story beats are just so well done. You know, and Idris Elba's character is really, really good. I think he's called someone Price. He's called. He's like some undercover
Stringer Bell
agent,
was his name.
deep cover agent. He was
Deep
originally
cover agent. Yeah.
deep cover agent. You got a double
Seen
cross
some
and
shit,
oh.
man.
Yeah, and then Songbird is this like super hacker. And
Oh, yeah.
the mission I'm on at the moment is to sort of rescue her, really, to sort of get her
Okay.
out of this pickle that she finds herself in.
Cool.
But then it turns out she's not as straight as you think she is, and there's just so many
But why?
Oh, is she a
layers.
lesbian, Stu?
More wokeness.
Yeah, you
Aye.
see, it's not that straight. There's just a lot of layers to this game, and I like I say, it's giving me massive GTA vibes, huge
Yeah.
GTA vibes. Just in the way that this like whole mission is structured is just like that, prepping for the massive heist. You know what I mean? It's like you've got to do all these little missions to get all the pieces in place
It's building.
pull off-
It's
to
building.
build up to the big mission
Building
to
up.
pull it all off.
I'm guessing that big mission is the end of the
I don't know. Maybe I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it is. I don't. I think there's a lot more to come. You know, I'm probably a good 12, 13, 14 hours into it, but I feel like this part of the game is going to come to a conclusion in the next 2 or 3 hours, maybe. And there's still another 10 hours of the game to play to get to the end of the DLC. So I still think there's a lot of shit to go down before I get to the end of all of this. 'cause
How
there's-
disappointed will you be if it did end on that?
I think I would be. I think I'd be like, no, I want to play more of it.
Yeah.
It's just so good. I cannot stop playing it, and do you know sometimes I don't know whether this happens to you, but sometimes you're playing a game and you're like, oh, I'm a bit bored now. I'm going to play something. I'm just going to do something else. I might not even be playing another game. I might just go off and do something else. But with this, I mean, the other was it last week? I just sat and played it all day. I didn't do anything else apart from play this.
Yeah.
And I just think that's such the sign of a great game. And I don't know, I keep banging on about this, but I feel like it's finally been realized, the potential that the game had when it was janky as hell at the start.
Yeah.
And they've got through all of that bumpy road, and now we're on the fucking smooth highway.
They made it. They're on the other side of it. And
Yeah,
it's
we
all
are.
worth it.
It's so good. I can't recommend it enough.
Oh.
And I do genuinely think, Chidi, you would love this. I do.
Yeah, I will go back to Cyberpunk at some
Yeah.
point. I might start it again at this point, but
Yeah.
yeah, I plan to play it and then get to a certain point and then play the DLC and then finish the main game. But
The
yeah,
DLC is so
yeah,
good.
Yeah, I will.
Some
I
of the
will-
best stuff.
I will get to it, Stu. I will. I don't know when.
I'm
but I
sure
will.
you
I
will.
will.
I'm sure you will. Rightio, Duke, back over to you.
Yes, there is a new game. A game that only
Ooh.
recently came out.
Ooh.
What?
I'm playing new games, people.
Ooh.
That's what we
It's
like
called
to hear.
Dragon Air.
Dragon
Silent
Air.
Gods.
I like it.
Dragon
Sounds good.
Silent
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Silent.
What? Silent Gods. Okay. So here's the thing about this game.
Piece of shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not, it's funny. When I went to download, it's a new free game, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I go to download it, and it's like overwhelming. I don't even know if it was overwhelmingly negative, but it was like generally negative reviews on Steam. And I'm like, all right, whatever. People are haters. So I go, and the reviews are all like, pay to win, bullshit, man. I'm like, dude, they just want your money. I'm like, every game developer wants your money. What are you doing, y'all? So I'm like, I'm just gonna give it a try myself. And I actually didn't hate it when I played it. That
should be the tagline on the back of the box.
Yeah,
I didn't hate
exactly.
it.
I didn't hate it.
Didn't
I
hate
haven't
it.
wore it since. It's your bog standard story for fantasy. They don't spend a whole lot of time with the backstory, but it's a little bit of it in this cutscene when you start. The combat is like, how to describe it? It's like
Turn-based.
old school turn-based, but it's not. It's also an auto battler, so it's
Oh.
sort of turn-based, but they're just fighting automatically, and then every once in a while you'll get an indication in the lower right corner of the screen that your character's ready to do a mega action or something, right? So that's when you have something to do with the combat, right? Is when those mega actions show up. But for the most part, it's just them fighting each other automatically. So it's kind of a nice mix of those two things, because you don't have to really, you mostly just watch the combat happens, but every once in a while it'll be like, okay, where do I put this fireball, or where's this healing cloud gonna go, or whatever it is.
Sounds fun.
And yeah,
I think,
it's not
Chidi, you would
great.
love this. It's orcs and elves and wizards and shit.
Oh,
I think
I love all
it's
that stuff.
right up your street.
Dialogue is crap. The voice acting is garbage. It's like, I'm going to help you on your quest, and it's just like, what are these people?
Probably
like,
AI.
not-
It's probably AI voice.
Yeah,
I
probably
wouldn't be
is.
surprised. And of course, the story is like, I have no memory where I came from, and then it's like you're wandering through the cavern of shadows or whatever it is because you're
Oh, yeah.
dead, and then someone's like, "Oh, come this way, I can help you," and then this woman shows up and goes, "Do not go with him. He is trying to deceive you. Come with me." And I was like, I think I'm going to go with the creepy dude who wants me to come with him to meet his master. And so I go with him, and he goes, "We have been doing rituals for thousands of years. We now have our 10,000th soul." And like, you're the 10,000th soul. I'm like, all right, what do I win? And they're like, ritual sacrifice to our master. Ah, damn
Nice.
it. That's
Like
not
a
the prize I
prize.
was hoping to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like a kind of like a Cadbury's selection box.
Some chocolates would be lovely.
Would lovely.
So I don't know, like I played it for about half an hour and I was like, whatever. I guess it wasn't totally unenjoyable. And I left it in my install base to just maybe come back to it at some point. And I was like, I was looking at my game
Did
selection.
you
I'm like,
accidentally
"Oh,
right
man,
click it and then accidentally click on uninstall?
I'm not going back to that. Uninstall. Fuck this shit. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. We got a
Yeah.
T-shirt
There you
for that,
go.
dude.
I just want to say, this game. I'm done.
Yeah,
It would make a great T-shirt.
By the way, Ben Stenson, I'm assuming he's referring to Alan Wake 2, said, "Don't buy it, Stu, because you will be giving into the marketing."
Oh yeah.
And we all know you never fall for that trick. Yeah, totally. That's why I'm resisting, Ben.
I've totally ignored the chat, by the way.
Who
yeah,
said that?
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Hi, chat. Hello.
Yeah, hi, chat.
Hi, chat. I am
Yeah,
not
Ben,
ignored
don't
you.
worry.
I'm
Ab-
not
Abs-
responding, but
Social
Standing
said
strong.
he
Standing
loves
strong.
survival on Minecraft. Obviously, that was a when you were talking about
Survival
Minecraft.
on
Earlier
Minecraft.
tweet, an earlier I'm saying
if
tweet,
you have
it's not
the
a tweet.
if you have the
Tweet.
Java
Comment.
edition,
Who are you?
Comment.
Are you 80 years old? Shoot.
X, it's an earlier, it's an X. You get it on X.
No,
that's
it's
what
a-
you
if
do.
no,
you
it's a
have the
Twitch.
shut up.
X
If you have the
Twitch.
Java,
Exit.
Twitch.
Exit. Exit.
No, it's Twitch.
if you have the
shit.
Java edition, come join me on the Lilac Minecraft server.
Nobody has ever played the Java edition ever.
Yeah, no one
Better
plays
than
that apart from
fucking
you.
Yeah.
There's only you play that.
Whatever.
I remember Duke
Grandma
played
was
the
like-
Bedrock edition with me once, and he was like, "Oh,
He just wanted to vomit.
It's like very minor differences, but I'm
yeah,
just like,
I can't do it. The water looks different." yeah.
yeah.
Right, shall we play my game, bitch? Shall we?
Yeah.
This is the part of the show where we play the game, bitch.
play my game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection. Edge Simulator is on sale.
What's the game?
My Time at Sandrock is also on sale, but it's like still very expensive. $34? I don't think
Oh,
so.
I got a new way to start this section. What's the game,
what's that?
Stu?
What's the game? It's called Headbangers Rhythm Royale.
Rhythm Royale. Would you, hey,
Rhythm
listeners, have
Royale.
you been thinking to yourself, why can't they take Rock Band and strip away all the best parts and then take a Battle Royale game and mush them
And then
together?
take Fall Guys and make it
Yeah,
into a
Fall
music
Guys and add
rhythm
that
game.
in as well. I was trying to explain the idea to the Dutch. She's like, what? I'm like, okay, there's this game Fall Guys. All right, let me back up. A Battle Royale is...
Let me back up. The video game.
She's like, why are they called rhythm games and not music games if there's more than just rhythm? I'm like, that's a good question. I can't answer
No,
that.
I don't know. Why are
It doesn't make
RPGs
any
called
sense.
RPGs when every game has an
Yeah,
RPG element in it? I don't
Right.
know anymore.
Who knows? I've got to say, presentation-wise, I thought it was pretty cute.
The
It's
graphics
cute.
look good.
They do. I
Yes.
thought it looked, and the sort of the characters, the sort of weird moves, and you make these weird noises when you do stuff. I thought it
So
was
by the
kinda
way,
cool.
just to let you know, I did not play this game.
You
Because-
didn't play
no,
this.
No, so can you explain the premise to me? It's
Can
all
you,
of-
can you how about this? Take your thumb and jab it into your eye. Now you've
Yeah,
played
there
the
you go.
game.
There you
So,
go.
so
Do that.
it looks like a kind of
So
Western standoff, but with
No,
chickens.
that's just this one. That's just this one little
That's
game. There's
they're all
like
little
50
mini
games.
Loads
Oh.
of mini
Yeah,
games.
they're all little different mini games.
It's like Fall Guys, but with music rhythm games. That's kind of what it
right.
is.
So there's a whole bunch of little things, and like they tend to suck.
Yeah,
Like,
it all
I wrote
depends
down
on
all the
button
different ones that
press
I had come
timings.
upon. One is called Guess It, and it's
Yeah.
like it'll make a noise and like, and it's like, okay, which instrument was that? And there's this wheel, and you
Yeah,
have
you
to
have to
choose
guess.
which instrument it was. And then like whoever gets it fastest is at the, and you have like 30 people in your lobby or whatever, and you're being ranked on how fast and how
To
accurate
be
you
fair,
are.
there was only about 5 actual real people in my lobby, and the rest
Well,
were
fair
just
enough. I had
bots.
30 because I'm cool people.
Yeah,
But
well.
it was but it's and then they're like, now there's 2 instruments. And it's like, which
Yeah.
instruments are those? Who gives a fuck?
Bum, bum, bum. You know, whatever,
Stupidest
drum or
fucking
whatever.
game ever. I hate
So
that's
they
why I
did
wrote that game is dumb. I'm like expecting the next one. All right, that game was fun. No. Count sounds. Like there's like 3 people and like one of them will go and the other one will go woo and the other one will go and then they and like you have
Yeah.
to count how many times each one sings and it's oh god. It's so painful.
It's a weird game, I must admit, but
It's so weird.
it's kind of unique, I guess, in the battle royale world. It's like-
Is it though? Isn't this just like Fall Guys though?
it is like Fall Guys. Apart
Except it's
from
got
that,
the
it's
rhythm
music.
elements. Like,
It's
yeah, I
music
don't
stuff.
know. Like,
Um,
and look, I'm not the right guy to come at with competitive music games.
Yeah.
I like Rock Band because it's a simulator for playing music, but I don't want to play against anyone else and try to be better than them. What do I look like, Antonio?
I just feel like it's more like a quick time event game because it is kind of like they do button presses, you've got to copy button presses. especially at the
Yeah.
end, like the end game one. When you get to the final round, it's like you've got to get to, like, it's whoever gets up to the like the highest, the quickest. There was one
Yeah,
that was like
it's-
a bit of a Simon Says game as well. So there was that as
Yeah.
well, where it's sort of you've got to
Yeah,
copy
it's
this
just so weak.
future thing. It
Just-
was all right, I guess. in
I
a
did not have
very-
any fun at all during
Yeah,
the
it
one
didn't,
round
it
I
didn't give you
played.
joy then.
No,
There
it
were
did
no-
not.
There was no
Give me
joy.
Ajita.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all right. I wasn't blown away.
Not all right.
I don't think I can give it a thumbs up.
Nope. Give it a thumb in the eye.
Yeah, you know, I can see they were trying something, but it just didn't kind of work. I don't know.
Failing at something.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
Brill. So there you go.
Sorry,
Yeah,
game
well.
developers.
Sorry, guys.
I
I
like
reckon.
your moxie, but
Rhythm Royale, that was. Headbangers
Rhythm
Rhythm Royale.
Royale.
CAC,
Yeah.
according to the Veteran.
Can I
Pretty much.
suggest
2 thumbs
30,
down.
30 suitors for next week?
Thirsty
okay.
Suitors.
30 suitors.
Thirsty Suitors. Okay.
there you
Thirsty
go.
suitors. Why not? Let's
Why
try it.
not?
Is this a dating sim? Is this?
Well, you'll have to
Nazi
wait and see,
furry?
I guess. You'll have to wait and see.
Why'd you
30
choose it?
suitors. I don't know, because it's new out this week on Xbox. So it was like, let's just play that.
They better
Who
not have
knows?
Nazi furries in it.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is.
Better not
I
have
don't think
lesbians
there
in
is.
it, Stu.
Yeah,
I hope
really.
not. I hope not. Not just for the sake of it, though. It's fine if they were developed part of the story, but just for the sake of having it, you know, just so
Just
they
to
can
come on my back,
tick a
I have
box.
got no problem with lesbians. It was just
Tick a
joke from last
box.
week. Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry, Chinny, that you feel that way, but there you go.
Is there any other video games?
I've still got something to talk about.
Oh, you got the old
Go ahead.
bloody Dead Space. haven't you?
I've
Bloody-
also got Dead Space
Dead
remake.
Oh wow, you're
So-
still playing this, huh? Even though
Yeah,
there's
I like it.
lesbians?
Well, obviously, I like this game. I'm a bit like Chinny. I wanted to play this anyway. Do you know what I mean? I
Okay.
wanted to sort of play this game anyway.
Yes.
All right.
It's getting better. I mean, we've just got to the 0G bits, you know, where you're sort of floating around in space, and
0G.
they've definitely done a better job of this.
Yeah,
in
I
this
heard
game.
that because that was really bad in the first game, wasn't it?
It was awful. It was absolutely awful. It wasn't until Dead Space 2 where they kind of made it better. But yeah, it works absolutely fine. You've got boosters, everything works fine. The orientation's great. It still looks amazing. And I love the bits where you're in actual space and there's just no sound. It's so authentic sounding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you
Because
can't. You can barely
we've
hear
been
anything.
to space, haven't we, Stu?
Been to space. I know what it feels like.
So
This
we
is
know
so
we know what
realistic.
it's like. Yeah.
so realistic. But yeah, it's just really well done.
how
I'm
has it
really enjoying the
improved?
game.
Real.
The 0G.
It's just easy to maneuver around. You just feel like you've got a way more control than what I can remember from the first game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And it just looks a lot better. This game just looks amazing. You know, and the first game didn't look bad, you know. I mean, but
No.
it has aged. When you see them side by side, you realize how much different it does look. But I still
I don't
stand
think
by
I've
what I
seen
say.
those.
I do think the enemies models were better look creepier in the first game than they do in this somehow. I don't know what it is. They just have this weird vacant look on their faces. That's probably because he couldn't
yeah.
really animate them very well. But I think it actually adds to what they look like. But yeah, the voice acting is so different hearing him say stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know
it's
what I
a big
mean?
change, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because in the first game, it's this weird one-way conversation with everyone, you know, because he never replies, which was just such a weird choice.
Well,
When
but
you
they do
think
it in
about it.
Half-Life.
Yeah, they did it in Half-Life.
Well, a
I
lot of
love
games,
that
the
game.
protagonist has no.
I know, but it's so old
voice.
school now, I
Yeah.
suppose. But it is a bit weird. And it's cool because he's like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? He's proper
Yeah.
like
Oh
emotive.
my god, there's so many
Yeah.
aliens around. Is that what he says?
Yeah, that's exactly
I'm
what
really
he says.
scared.
I don't
I've
know
just
if you guys
shot-
realize,
Uh,
but there's actually some monsters on this ship. I
But there's a-
really
there's a
don't
I
know
lot
if
of-
it's safe.
really need to pee.
There's a lot of fetch quests in this game. It's like,
Stop trying to
you
make
need-
fetch quests happen.
I know, you've got to go and get this fucking
That's a really good.
gyro
That could be a
pad.
T-shirt easily.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could.
it could.
Yeah. You've got to go and get a gyro pad from this bit, and you go and get that, and it's like, oh, you need this fuse box from another bit of the ship. So then you've got to head on, and obviously along the way you get attacked by lots
Stu,
of
did you know there's
monsters.
I don't know if this is in the remake, but in the original game, there's an achievement for only using the default pistol cutter.
Oh, like the plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll be honest, I that's
It's the best weapon in
only,
the game.
Yeah, the only time I use the other weapons is if I run out of ammo for the
Yeah.
plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a plasma cutter all the way for me.
All day, baby.
Yeah, plasma cutter for
such,
life.
Yeah, it's just such a good. Like, it's the one thing you level up as quickly as you can, isn't it? Bigger capacity, more damage. Yeah, let's do all that stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty good game still. The structure
pretty
is
good
so
game.
it's so cleverly done. They do a really good job of building tension because you're going to get attacked at some point, and they do this horrible.
You'd hope so in a
thing.
game like this.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
They do
right?
this horrible thing where they come behind you and you just see the fucking claw in your peripheral vision, and you're like, for God's sake, where the hell did that one come from?
These aliens don't care about your feelings, Stu.
No, they don't. They bloody jump out on you
These
all the time.
aren't
Rude,
woke
these
aliens,
aliens.
you know.
No, they're definitely not.
Yeah.
They're definitely not.
I
didn't
want to trigger you, so I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna come behind you.
I'm going to come behind you and stab you in the face.
Yes.
It's good.
Well, that sounds like the stereotypical woke person. You would think if they're not woke, they're like, "What fucking ever, bro? Give a fuck."
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
very
not
good.
woke.
It's very good. I love it.
Yeah.
They've done a real good job. It's as good, or equally as good as the Resident Evil remakes. This is up to that sort of standard.
Big thumbs up, says Stu.
Big thumbs up.
Thumbs are up.
Thumbs are up. That's it.
All right.
for that.
That's
So-
all our
Your
games.
gloves are off and your thumbs are up.
The gloves are off and the thumbs are up. So let's do some
Yeah.
emails. We've got a lot of emails to get
Okay.
through
Do
tonight.
we?
We got a lot of emails. People
Got a
settle in here.
lot of these, so let's wrap it.
Whoa, that ruled.
First email this evening is off Tainted Brain.
Ooh.
Our
And
buddy.
he says this, howdy all.
What up, Tank?
Hello.
Howdy all. He says it's
How you
getting
doing?
late here, so I'll keep this
Uh-huh.
brief.
Uh-huh.
Late to the game, I know, but I finally
Uh-huh.
started playing Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
played Horizon Zero Dawn, even though I want to, and it's on Steam now, so there's no reason for me not
I
to.
have got Forbidden West, but I haven't played. I played Zero Dawn, but
Yeah.
You're
A
not
much
a little bit
improved, much improved game on its predecessor.
Ooh.
Okay.
The first one had such an obvious plot that I lost interest in that about halfway through.
Yeah.
Okay.
The game itself, though, I loved the mechanics, the combat, and the graphics, etc.
Yeah.
All right.
The gameplay was improved with the DLC, but there wasn't much of a plot there. However, Forbidden West has been great.
Mm.
The story's been original, and so far the plot hasn't proven to be obvious. Heck, I've even been surprised at some of it.
Dun, dun, dun.
The new mechanics are all fun too. Got to point out that it has a very well done tutorial to boot.
Mm.
Glad to hear.
So,
Is the tutorial you fight a giant Sandman in the New York City?
yeah, I don't think it'd probably be as
'Cause
cool as
that's
that.
Spider-Man's
I don't think
tutorial.
that's cool.
Cool, but not that cool.
So anyway, on to the question. Have you guys completed a game whose plot you lost interest in before you
Yes.
even got midway through?
Most
Yes.
games, the
Most
plot, I'm like utterly bored with. Video game stories do not generally have good plots,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Almost every game I've played.
Yeah, right.
just
It's a
like,
lot of
whatever.
games. I mean, as much as I enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2, like Jesus Christ, like no, I'm sorry. And I hate the fact that everyone's always banging on about the story being so amazing. Like I think it's okay.
I'm
certainly
with you,
didn't
Duke.
think that game for the plot.
I wasn't that impressed.
Okay,
with
you've lost me now because Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece.
You see that? I would agree with Duke.
But
That's
I'll
probably-
also say the same thing about Skyrim. Like the plot of
Yeah.
Skyrim is fucking tedious
yeah,
as shit.
that is too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dragon that's gonna destroy the world. Let's stop it. Maybe we
Great.
Yeah,
shouldn't.
Fallout 4, I'd sort of played all the way through, but I did find myself losing
I mean,
interest in the
I'll
story.
actually disagree on Fallout 4. I think, well, no, I won't. The main story is kind of dumb, but I will say that the I've written about this before. Like the moment when I had to choose whether to think of the androids as humans or not, like that was a powerful moment for me. I'd never had a moment like that in a game. So
Yeah,
that
fair
was
enough.
cool.
But yeah,
But
no,
I mean, you know,
I'd sort of think that. Red Dead 2 is probably the biggest one for me because
Wrong,
that ending
wrong,
was so tedious.
Wrong.
Yeah, when you play as John Marston. for
Incorrect.
about
I wouldn't say.
4
I don't know.
hours.
Oh no. That was a good ending. That epilogue was good. I
It
like
was
that.
all right, but it went
on too
forever.
long. I'll agree with you.
Incorrect.
If that's your
So,
point.
look, examples of good games that I liked that I don't care about the plot was like Control. Liked that game. Didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on at all. right?
I quite like Control's story, even though it made absolutely no sense.
No sense.
sense
Titanfall 2.
whatsoever.
No idea what was going on. Great game. Great
Well,
game.
people also bang on about the story there, but I haven't.
But
played it yet,
no, I loved it. I thought the game was great. But
I played
still,
the multiplayer a lot.
I have
man.
no idea what was going on. Watch Dogs 2. All right game. Not too bad. I have no
Taking
idea.
down the man.
Ghost
See,
of,
Watch Dogs,
Ghost of
I could
Tsushima.
not play to the end because it's so terrible.
Ghost
The
of
story.
Tsushima. Loved it. Loved that game. Didn't
Yeah.
give a shit about any of the plot.
I thought it
or-
had a really good story.
I don't
Ghost
know.
of
It's just some
Tsushima.
bloke who's like disowned by his father. I don't know. Who gives a shit? So there's a lot. There's a lot of that stuff where you just I don't know. I don't really care. It's just
Power Wash Simulator. What about that?
big story plots in there. Big story. But there are games that God of War, Ragnarok. What's the game? Plague's Tale. I like to know what's going on
Yeah,
in those games.
yeah,
So there
yeah.
are some games
Good
where I'm
stories.
like, I
good
want to see where
stories.
this is going. But
You know what I realized too? This is true about New World. Like, it would be a lot better. Witcher 3 kind of does this, but they do also have this big overarching one. These games would be a lot better, especially New World, MMOs in general, if you went to a village and they were like, all right, we need you to help with this. Like, there's this monster and you're not ready to fight it yet, but if you help us take down his lieutenants, then we can, you know what I mean? Like, have like a boss fight type of thing. And then say like, okay, you've helped us so much. We really appreciate it. I think you've done everything you can around here. There's a village, over that mountain range. I think they might need your help. And then you can move to that part of the map for a new series of stories. But instead, they keep dragging this main story out, and it shows up in different parts of the map. As much as I enjoyed Witcher 3, this quest for Ciri is just like, she came through here. You just missed her. You just missed her. I think she went that way. You just missed. And it's like, I
you
wish
were
they would
2
compartmentalize
minutes-
the stories more.
2
Because
minutes
otherwise, for 40 hours, you're supposed to keep track of this one overarching story. And it's just like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's the problem, isn't it? Like any big, large, like like The Witcher 3 or Fallout, and it's like, what was I doing again? Like, what? Why?
Yeah,
and
right,
and the immediacy of something. Even in Spider-Man 2 is like, just come round now, and you're like, but
Right.
but I want to fight crime for like 2 hours. Like, what do you want to do?
And we talked about this with Mass Effect. It's like, the Reaper's going to destroy everything. But meanwhile, I want to go find my bracelet that my grandmother lost. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's why, like, when you got a game like The Last of Us, where it's tight,
Yeah.
the game is tight.
Right.
Even Uncharted 2. I forgot to say this, Stu, but Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Like, when does that guy ever eat? He went for a whole
never
like 2
does.
days.
Never does.
And he must have ate when he got
mention-
repaired.
And remember, he'd been shot,
Yeah.
had his sleeves rolled up, hypothermia,
Yeah, he's
staggering
eating
through
bullets
the
as well.
mountains.
And then
Yeah,
the one
he-
time that guy gives him a drink, he goes, bloody hell, this is strong. I'm not going to have any more of this. And you're like, oh, okay. So, anyway, yeah, so those are the problems with games. It's like the immediacy. So, when you got like a God of War, Ragnarok, or a Last of Us, where it's tight. Do you know what I mean? It's just,
Right.
there are side
And
missions
that's
in God of
why-
War, but it's tight.
Yeah.
And I think the best stories in video games tend to be the ones that are not the big games. I think of like Gone Home. I think Mass Effect is a good series of stories. But that's the thing too, is that the bigger the game, the more stories you have to wrestle with. Gone Home is one story. To the Moon is one story. Inside
To the
is one
Moon.
story, right? Like the bigger the game, the more need you have for side. Even The Last of Us 2 has a whole bunch of stories in it, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's fine. Like, they're good stories because, they're written by a guy who's really bright and clever and just loving.
All right, Duke. Okay.
So anyway, that's my take on games and stories. Thank you, Tainted Brain.
No, thank
What's
you.
the next email?
He just finishes off to say, good night, all. So
Good
there you go.
night.
Good night.
Good night, Tainted.
All right.
Okay, we'll not do What Am I yet because we've got 2 other proper emails first. First one's off our friend of the show, Amar Parvez. And he says, I said, hey, what's
Hey.
going on?
Okay.
And I say, hey, yeah. I hate that song.
Yeah. Anyway,
It
so
is
good,
fun to sing.
I quite
Oh,
like
good
it. To be
good evening,
non-singers.
veterans.
Yes.
Hello.
I hope you do, because this is what's coming up. I hope you're well.
Yes, we
Uh,
are.
Duke, the
Yes.
song sung by Doug, Judy, and Jake
Peralta.
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 That's the one.
Peralta. is
Peralta.
What's Up by the
Yeah.
Four Non-Blondes classic.
Right, 4 non-singers.
So what got me thinking about a question for you all. All
Why did
three
he
of
mention
you.
that? Oh, because I mentioned it as a shout out and it's just like a brief thing, and I said who recognized that, and of course Amar caught it. So thank you,
Of
Amar.
course he did.
Love you, buddy.
It says all three of you are being held hostage in a building. Maybe it's a tall building
Have we?
on Xmas Eve.
Oh,
On
no.
Oh my
Xmas
God,
Eve.
I had no
I see where
idea.
he's
I
going
thought I was
here.
just in my house. Okay, we have hostage, yeah.
Perhaps I am outside trying to coordinate with someone on the inside to free you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
The leader of the people holding you hostage is willing to let you go on one condition.
I get Scully to fake a heart attack, and then we smuggle you out that way with pizza and pepperoni in your pockets.
Perfect. Each of you must sing fully out loud on a karaoke machine 3 of your go-to songs, word
3?
for word. I know it's a lot.
3?
Of songs,
Holy
it's a lot of
crap!
songs.
I don't know if I have
Yeah.
3.
Even making the constipation face as you're trying to hit the high notes. So mine
Just
would
drop
be,
it down an octave. It's fine.
Mine would be "Save Tonight" by Eagle Eye Cherry. This is a pretty good song. Save
These aren't yours.
Tonight.
These are our Mars, aren't they? Right?
These are our miles, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I
Yeah,
stole
sorry.
one.
Breakfast at Tiffany's, Deep Blue Something,
Mhm.
and the greatest song ever released, which would be "Dreams" by Gabrielle.
Dreams can come
I don't know. I don't know any of those songs. I'm sorry. I'm out of it.
You don't know breakfast?
Don't you gotta
Breakfast at,
hang on,
breakfast
you
at
know you
Tiffany's.
gotta
She
be-
said, I said,
No,
what a
don't.
minute
And then "Save Tonight," Chinny, just give us a rendition of "Save Tonight." Eagle Eye Cherry.
Save tonight before the break of dawn. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow's never again. There you go.
Brilliant.
We'll get
so what was
copyright
it-
strike because it was so good.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounded like the original song.
Perfect.
So,
Bliss.
Duke, what are your go-to karaoke songs? Do you have any?
I don't. But I would love to give a shot at "Europe Is Lost" by Kate Tempest, because I can pretty much do that song word for word. Now,
Well, let's
here's
hear
the
it.
question,
Let's
though.
hear it. Come on, then. Let's hear it.
In the garage flop by the
Wow, this is
that
not good.
was-
Can I just say?
no wait that it, people dump their mattresses. Esther's in the kitchen making sandwiches. The blinds are on the wall or on the windows are all wonky and skewed. You can see it from the street before she moves out of view to kick her boots off tired feet. Esther's just back from a double shift. She opens the beer with and wipes her forehead with her wrist. She's a carer doing nights. Behind her on the wall is a black and white picture of swallows in flight. She's worried about the world tonight. She's worried all the time. She don't know how she's supposed to keep it from her mind. That's the beginning of the. She hadn't even
Is
started
there
with the
actually a melody to this song?
Yes.
Because you're just speaking words. You're not
Oh
singing.
yeah, she's a poet. That's what she does. Europe
but
is
is it-
lost. America lost. London lost. Still we are clamoring victory. All that is meaningless rules. We have learned nothing from history. The people are dead in their lifetimes, dazed in the shine of the streets. But see, the traffic's
Okay.
still moving.
Okay,
Systems
Duke.
too sick to
Okay,
stop
okay.
working. He said he wanted to hear it.
No, I don't.
So anyway, there's that. There's One Shot by Babylon. Probably It's Real by Paris. Foul Play. Hip to the Scheme by The Coup. I could totally nail that one. But the question is, do we have the lyrics on the screen in front of us
No,
or not? 'Cause
no,
if we have the lyrics.
no.
Okay.
I think that the
Well-
idea is that you have to know these songs off by
You have
heart
to know it
to
so
live.
well. Yeah, I know. I
My
hear you.
my question would be, maybe not the best question for the moment because it could get me killed, is why do you need us to sing karaoke? What, are you some weirdo or something?
Don't that's questions. Get out
It's a
the
Christmas thing, isn't it? You know, having a party. Sing
We're held
karaoke.
hostage, Stu.
Yeah, this is not
Well,
real
it might,
hostages.
maybe the hostage taker likes songs. Likes a good old sing song. I don't know.
They want
what was
money,
yours
but they
anyway?
love
Go
songs.
ahead. What's yours, Chinny? What's
What are
your
yours,
three?
Chinny?
So mine. So I've gotten strategic. All right.
Okay.
So I pick songs where I can remember the lyrics just because it's
Yes.
easy.
Okay.
So the first
So
one
Baby
would
Shark,
be
then.
the first one would be 4 minutes 33, which is a
John Cage.
composition by John Cage, which is 4 minutes and
Yeah.
33 seconds of silence. Right. So
It's
I've got
not silence. It's whatever sound people
whatever
make
sound
when they
people
listen.
make. Right.
Exactly,
So
I like
yeah.
that.
nailed
Not
that.
silent.
No problem. I can do that on the karaoke.
No problems.
The next one would be Around the World by Daft Punk
Yeah, 'cause that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only
okay.
line.
because
I like
that's
that.
the only line in the
That's the
song.
only line.
Yeah.
And then just to really throw everybody off and think, oh, he's just picking easy songs, I'm going to pick 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, I don't know that song.
which is hold it down and watch the hoodwink. As I make you stop, think you're gonna look like an Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish. Although I like chalice swish and the sushi because I never touch a frying pan. Hot will wasabi with the bus rhymes like Leanne rhymes because I know all the value. But I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Look at
Just
Cheney
because
going off with the lyrics.
he's only picking easy stuff, and I'm like
Yeah.
But then I
No,
just
I'm not.
yeah.
Throw a
Yeah.
curveball.
It'd probably be all Kanye West songs, to be fair, if I had to pick real songs.
That's funny.
Drive slow.
Yeah, mine would be
Creep, Radiohead.
I love Creep. I was going to
know.
say that.
Or what?
It's,
I think it's drummed into most white people that they like Creep. I don't know why.
they do. It's such a
creepy.
right. Yeah, mine would be "Ain't That a Kick in the Head" by Dean Martin.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Do you know all the
Because
lyrics off by heart?
Not really. I know
Dead.
most of them.
Dead.
He's not getting captured.
Dead.
I know most of them,
Dead. You're dead.
but I love that. Yeah, "Strange Love" by Depeche Mode. Love that song.
Reach out and touch faith.
Yeah, that's not that
I
song.
know that's not the song, but that's the only Depeche Mode song.
So I love that song. And "Creep" by Radiohead, of course, because that's such a
Hey.
cool
So,
song.
Strange Love by Depeche Mode. What are the first two lines?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Dead.
It's a long time since I've sung that
Dead.
song.
Dead. You're dead. Bang. Dead. And you know, me
yeah.
and Duke are not even crying. We're like, we're a fucking idiot. Why
Just a
would we
bit.
pick
Just a
that?
bit. I'm thinking of. Listen a minute. I'm thinking of the song. Here we go.
So, yeah, go
In
on.
the basement flat by the garages where people dump their mattresses. That's the first line of Kate Tempest.
Around the world. That's the first line of Around the World.
Around the world. Around the world.
I'm trying to think. I don't think that there are times when my crimes will seem almost unforgivable.
There'll be times when my
When my
crimes will
crimes
seem almost unforgivable.
Unforgivable. I'll give
give
in
to
to
sin.
sin.
give
I'm
in
not
to
looking
sin.
it up, by the way.
I am.
I'll give in to sin. Because
Because-
you have to make life livable.
There
or
you go.
something like
All right,
that.
I'll give you that. Well
And
done.
you think you've had enough.
All right. If you carry on,
of
Stu,
love,
if in the hostage situation, if you carried on, I'd kill you myself.
give up, and I will
Okay.
make it all
That's enough. That's enough.
worthwhile.
Stop it.
I'll make your heart smile. There you
Okay. It's going to end the call. All right. Okay.
go.
Sweet.
Man,
Done.
I'm slow on the draw here.
That was
Sorry
pretty
about
good. I
that.
had to think about
Shut
it.
the
though.
hell up!
Thank you.
There you go.
I had to think about it. But that's my favourite. You know, I've seen Depeche Mode in concert 3 times and they've never
Yes.
played
All
Strange
right. Well
Love.
done. You're
Oh,
king
man.
of Depeche
He's
Mode.
just such a cool hip. I'm gonna see Ministry next in the spring.
Dang,
They're coming to our area.
Stop saying songs that I don't like.
Anyway, we have got more emails, so let's move on.
Thanks, Armar.
Yeah,
Um,
more emails. Hit
He
it.
says, "I thank you for your continued service to the veterans of the gaming world."
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for writing in.
Armar.
He did the
Amar's
evil
the
laugh
man.
there at the end. I like that.
Yes. Yeah.
The next email tonight is off Jason. And he says, "Now and then."
Now more than ever.
Now and then. He says, "Hey, veterans,
Yes.
when you saw the Beatles in concert, were you screaming? Did you
Uh,
faint?" I don't think I'm quite that old. can I
Yeah,
just
we're not
say.
that old, dude. How old do you think we are?
I can see it. I just watched the video for the Beatles' last song and it was great. I didn't pass out or anything, but it was nicely done. But
Okay.
no matter what you hear, Stu Potts is the best Beatle. I mean, have you heard him sing? He sounds like an angel. Well, you've just had an example
he
of
was
it.
Now,
Sorry.
where's my
Lucky you.
toothpick?
Lucky you. Hey, Duke. How was
Hey.
the Corey Feldman concert?
What?
Corey Feldman is the main character for one of the cool kids in the Goonies,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
now
I
he's
know,
now he's,
but I
now
don't
he's an
understand
insane
why-
person.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
he
is.
is.
Most likely
Kelly
because
is
of
like-
child
I've never been to a
abuse.
concert of his.
Most
My
likely
first
because of
concert was
child
Weird Al
abuse
Yankovic.
from
Okay, fine. Why does that matter?
Michael Jackson, which has been mentioned twice in the show.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's get off the child molesting.
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
You should do a weekly picture of the baby. I mean, you did it for your dumb hair after all. Come
I
on.
am doing weekly pictures of the
You'll
baby.
love it now and
He's
then.
not showing us.
I just don't post any. Tara says, have you posted any pictures of the baby on social media? I'm like, no, I don't post any pictures on social media anymore.
No, who does that?
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
that's the
People
typical look
suck
at my
old bub
cute
on
baby.
social media.
Look at my cute baby.
You know, like
Uh,
I am aware that when people have children, they constantly talk and
Exploit
show
them.
They talk
Yeah.
about them a lot and they show people pictures of them. And I'm like, it's nice,
That's
but
not how Chinny rolls.
I don't really give a shit about other people's kids, and I don't expect other people to give a shit about mine. It's very nice that
That's
everybody
right.
says congratulations on the show, and I believe that's all genuine. But if I sent you a picture every day of the baby, you'd be like mad. That being said, I did send Jacinta a picture of the baby, but only because she sent that nice email, and she's asking if she wants.
Jacinta.
Yeah,
Right.
we are taking weekly pictures of the baby. I bought these little blocks off Amazon where they change. You can rotate them where it says this week. Today I am 4 weeks, or today I'm 5 weeks.
Nice.
You know, so it's very cute. Yeah. So
Yay.
I took one today over a 4-week one. Yeah.
No.
Cool. The next email tonight is off Mark, and he says, "What am I? What am I?
Okay.
What am I?
What?
Riddle time.
What am I?" He says, "Good evening, veterans. No game chat
Good
as I'm
evening.
running late. So here goes with what am I?"
Okay, go ahead. Hit it. Roll.
Number one. If you take away one hand, some will remain. What am I?
You take away one hand, some will remain.
Is it playing cards?
That would work.
I don't know.
Take a
can't
hand
think of
of
anything
playing
better.
cards away? I don't
These
know.
hurt my
I
brain.
think other ways you might use the word hand. I mean, we did clock last week, so that's not it.
No.
Sure, let's say playing cards.
Playing cards, Chinny? You agree?
A spanner.
another
A
guess?
spanner. I have no idea.
Banner. Let's see. It is what?
I guess it's not playing cards.
If you take away one hand, some
Say
will
the fucking
remain.
answer, Stu.
Handsome. I don't get that. Handsome.
Oh, you take away hand.
Some will remain.
Ah, very clever.
I
should've
get
gotten
it.
that,
now.
man.
Yeah, I got it.
Dang it.
Handsome. Blimey.
See, sometimes it's conceptual. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
he's doing a lot of
language-based.
play on word stuff, isn't he? Play on
Yeah,
word.
we see what you did there.
Okay, talking of weirdly of cards, you can play me with cards, but don't burn me. Rest glasses on me
I know,
or walk
I know.
across me.
I know.
What
I know.
am I?
I know. I'm not gonna say it yet. Y'all need to guess.
I have no idea. You can play me with cards.
I'll do a turn on the light while y'all are thinking.
Bridge.
Bridge.
That's it.
Don't burn your bridges.
Yep.
Got it.
Play me with cards.
Yeah, bridgie your nose.
It was walk across me, and I was like,
Yeah.
and then cards. Walk across me.
It
and cards.
was a bridge.
Bridge,
Right, okay.
Hey.
The one who makes me does not. This is a huge one. The one who makes me does not need me when he makes me.
Mom.
The one who buys me does not use me for himself or herself. And the one who uses me doesn't know that he or she is using me. What am I?
All right, you're gonna have to say it again.
The one who makes me does not need me when he makes me. The one who buys me does not use me for himself or herself. And the one who uses me doesn't know that he or she is using me. What the hell am I?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here.
A gift card.
At first, I thought maybe money because the person who makes it doesn't use it themselves. But I mean, he needs it. Everyone needs money, so it can't be it. You don't make time. Excuses? Make excuses. You make improvements. Make amends.
Yeah, but you don't buy excuses, do you?
Nah, you sure don't. Buy.
You can with our new business model.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Oh, yeah,
t-shirt
you can.
buy, you get a free excuse.
Yeah.
Right, we giving it up, or we giving
Yeah, we give up. I don't know. What is
give
it?
it up. It is. Oh God.
Just read it. You can
I
react
hate
later.
I'll tell
Stu,
you.
I hate that you read it and you go, whoa. Oh.
It's a bit.
Ah.
It's a bit depressing, to be fair. If you think
Say
I
about
it.
wouldn't know. I don't know what
Say
it
it.
is.
it's something depressing. It's a coffin. Coffin.
The person
Okay.
who buys it. Say it again.
So the
person who
one who
makes
makes
it doesn't
me
need
doesn't
it when
need
he
me when he
makes
makes it. The
Yeah,
one who
okay.
buys me does not use it for himself or
For him
herself.
or herself.
And
right.
the one who uses me doesn't know that he or
Doesn't
she
know
is
that it's
using me
they're
because they're
using
dead.
it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. I feel like I should have got that. But
Oh, you hope they're dead.
Good riddle.
Well,
Good
you
riddle.
hope so. That's
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
folks. Mark. So
Thanks,
All
thank you.
right. Thank you.
Those were good
Those were
ones
fun.
this week.
Keep 'em
Carl.
coming.
There
Yeah,
were
they
good ones. So it's time for some speak pipes.
Speak pipes.
Oh yeah.
Speak pipe.
it's the way to leave a
No,
message
it's
for
crap.
us.
Is there another quiz? Holy crap!
There's a big quiz, but shall we do
Boy.
Jacinta's first?
I think we should.
iPhone?
But first, I gotta find the sound effect. Oh, here it is.
Her name is Jacinta.
I'm a potato.
All right, here's a speak pipe from Jacinta. Why did she send one in? Why?
Hi guys, I just had to pause the most recent episode and send you a heartfelt message about how you've changed my life.
Oh,
So I haven't been in contact. It's been a bit busy. I'm actually separating from my partner. Everyone's fine, but without trauma dumping, let me just say I might be sticking to women from now on. So the random incessant tangents about lesbians were very appreciated by me. In fact, I need to negate Stu's argument a little here.
that's right.
I always get a little warm feeling in my heart when I see a non-heterosexual person in anything, doing anything, anywhere, because it makes me feel like I'm not invisible.
And that's why representation matters.
So I do get your point about the excessive wokeness, though.
Exactly.
Tricky, but yeah. Anyway, bye.
Thanks, Jacinta.
There you go. Excessive
yeah.
wokeness. There you go. Thank you.
Still takes it as he's right,
She
doesn't
didn't
he?
say she agrees
I am
with
right.
you. She
She-
gets your point.
No,
that's
no,
all.
you're
That's
not.
the point.
You're not right.
She
It's your
recognises
opinion.
my point. She
You're not right,
recognises
Stu.
my
It's your
point.
opinion.
Look, the point that you
recognizes
want
the
to
point.
make, Stu, trust me, here. The point you want to make is if you're gonna make a change to a character, make it a meaningful change.
Correct.
My problem is with
No, just
changes that aren't
lip
meaningful.
service.
That's it. Just right.
That's
There
what
we
I was
go.
trying
All
to
right,
say.
So
There
we all
sorted.
agree. Okay, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Okay, so now is it the time for the quiz, or is there another non-quiz?
No,
thing?
that's it. Time for the quizzes.
Okay, it's
Quizzy,
time for the
quizzy.
quiz. Here we go. I'll play this thing then for the thing.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz.
Pilch?
We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
That was Pilch.
That's
yeah.
Pilch. That's
It is.
Pilch. Okay.
And that is Bill.
And this is also Pilch.
You've got a clip of me.
All right. So Saint Diesel sent us another quiz. I put away my notebook too soon. I got to keep track of where we're at so we can make sure we lose again.
Yeah, let's hope we do
Oh, we
better this
lost.
week.
That
We
was
should have
just-
done better last week. I was quite
Well,
disappointed. in
hopefully this
myself.
quiz didn't take so long because it's easier.
Yeah,
I don't know if
exactly.
that works, but by the way, Heartstopper is a fun show on Netflix. Everybody should check it out. Speaking of gay people, all right. So here comes the first part of this quiz from Saint Diesel.
Buckle up, bonehead, because you're going for a ride.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, veteran gamers, it's St. Diesel back again. I hope you weren't fooled by the fake horror movie quiz from our evil twin brother Sinner Diesel last week. He's chained back up in the cellar, so he'll hopefully not be causing any more problems for a while.
Ooh, like Castle Freak, where he rips off his own ding dong.
But I'm here to give you the real horror movie quiz.
Oh, hey up.
And this will span the years 1931 right up to 2019.
Oh, God.
And this time
okay.
there'll be
We don't know anything from like before 1975. So.
I know some, but not much.
questions, 1 point for each answer. And targets to aim for, well, simplified targets, 1 to 7 correct, and you're still Scream Queens. But if you get 8 to 15 correct, you're Kings of Horror. So let's get straight into
Oh,
it.
okay, just two categories here. Kings
I
of
like
Horror.
that. Let's not.
Oh, hey, Joe Brett. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And you're still Scream Queens.
Sorry.
But if you get 8 to 15 correct, you're Kings of Horror. So let's get straight into it.
Okay.
1931 saw the release by Universal Studios of Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
But who played the vampiric lead role?
Was that
Oh
Boris,
man, I could...
was that
What?
not Boris Karloff as well?
No, he was Frankenstein's
no,
monster.
I feel like he played Dracula as well.
I don't think he did. Ah, damn it! I can.
Is it Bela Lugosi?
Bela Lugosi. That's it. Yep.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sure it's
Bela
Bela Lugosi,
Lugosi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And the answer, of course, Bela Lugosi.
Yeah. Good job, Stu, and good job me for telling you that you were wrong. 'cause otherwise we
No,
would've
yeah,
gone
it
with
is.
that.
It is because I was thinking, yeah.
Number 2, starting in 1941,
Oh,
Lon Chaney Jr. was best known for his portrayal of which classic movie monster?
I know.
is it the Invisible Man?
Nope.
Is it not? I don't know then. Yeah, well, I'm glad you know because I'm not entirely sure. What the hell is that? A zombie? What is that?
No.
Zombie. It's touching his face.
What, Mr. Hyde?
No. Just fur all over everywhere.
What, a werewolf?
Yes, Wolfman.
Oh, Wolfman. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you could have
Ah.
said either the Wolfman or the Werewolf.
Ah,
you
there
go.
you go.
What?
Number
2
3.
points.
1958 saw the release of sci-fi horror The Blob,
Oh, yeah.
I love
which
the
got
blob.
remade in 1988,
Yes.
but which famous actor had an early starring role in the 1958 original?
I think I know this too.
Oh. God, you're doing well here,
Damn,
dude.
I know
Yeah,
more
yeah.
about early horror movies
films
than I thought.
I know more about the
guess I
80s.
do.
I by the way, I love the blob, the original, the 80s
Yeah.
one, and I think there's another one as well.
Good.
I love them. So I
Right, I'm
know,
gonna
I know
go-
this answer. I know this answer.
Is it Charlton
Okay.
Heston?
No,
No, I don't think so.
No.
Is
No,
it
no.
Chinny? You know for sure?
I know
'Cause I'm
100
pretty sure I know.
100%.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it Steve
100%.
McQueen?
It is Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen.
Ah.
Yeah.
Young
what?
Steve McQueen.
Here, wait. I'll do the Ben on Parks and Rec fist bump. Yeah.
And the answer, Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
doing
Let's go
well,
get some
doing well.
calzones. I know, right? For once, I'm actually helpful in a quiz. All right, here comes part 2 with more questions and more answers.
Number 4. In 1960, Janet Leigh played the doomed Marion Crane in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Yes.
But who is Janet Leigh's famous real-life daughter?
Is it not Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. That's what I was
It
thinking.
is Jamie
so
Lee
since we both
Curtis.
thought it, let's say it.
And the answer, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Perfect score
Hey!
so far. We're halfway to being kings of horror. Look at us.
And another horror icon, shall we?
That's
should we say.
right.
Number
Yeah.
5. 1973 British psychological horror, The Wicker Man, starred
Oh.
Edward Woodward as Police Sergeant Howie.
Oh, I thought there was a question there. I had to rewind. I didn't hear a
Yeah.
question. Okay, here comes the question. Sorry.
Who starred opposite him as Lord Summer Isle?
I have no idea what this is.
Whoa, I know this. I can see him. Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee.
Mhm. Okay, let's go. Let's hope that's it.
And that was Christopher Lee.
Damn! Look at
Damn,
us.
I'm good at this.
Perfect score.
Stu
5 out of 5.
gets one right, and he's like, bloody.
I've had two
Damn, he's
right,
good at
actually.
it.
Two.
Well, 1.5 because
Two.
you said the wrong answer and then you.
Yeah, but I still got it right. 2.
Okay.
And Jamie
Number
Lee
6.
Curtis. That's 3.
What was the
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Shut up.
Shut the hell up.
full title of the 1982 movie Halloween 3?
Season
the
of the
full
Witch.
title?
Season of the Witch.
Okay.
It was.
I can't argue with that, so okay.
Yeah.
And the answer, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
All right. 6 out of 6. Look at us. We're perfect.
Well,
Number
so
7,
far.
Which director made 1980s horror movies Christine and Prince of Darkness?
John Carpenter, of course.
Was that John Carpenter?
It was.
Yeah, it was because I know he did Christine, so let's say yes that he did.
I know nothing about horror, by the way.
Apparently not. You knew
Yeah.
Steve McQueen.
I love the blob, though,
Yeah, so that counts.
I guess.
And that was John Carpenter.
Yeah, 7. One more, and
Yay.
we are kings of horror. We don't need your pity categories. We're going for the whole thing. 12 to 16 is horror icons. We're gonna get that brass ring, baby. You know, he was like, "Oh man, they sucked at that last
Yeah,
quiz. Let me
we
give
were
him a
shit
quiz
last
with
week."
easier questions to make them feel good."
I don't think they are. I don't think they have been easier.
Some
We're
of them
just-
are easier.
just
Yeah,
better. We've
Jamie
just
Lee
been-
Curtis's mom, Steve
just
McQueen
been
in the
better.
Blob. Like these are, yeah.
Number 8,
Steve McQueen.
1992
All right, shut up. 1990 something.
saw the release of Candyman with Tony Todd in the title role. But how did you summon the Candyman in the movie?
You say it 3
Uh,
times in the mirror.
3 times in the mirror, yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally it.
Yeah. That's it. We're horror
The
kings of
answer-
horror.
He looked in a mirror and said his name 5 times.
Oh
5
shit, we got it wrong. It's 5 times, not 3
Oh,
times.
is it 5 times? Do you know who wrote it, by the way? Who wrote Candyman?
Is that Stephen King?
No. It was, as far as I can
Barbara
remember,
Stein?
it's Clive Barker who wrote
Bob
Candyman.
Barker. Okay, there you go.
Clive Barker.
All right. So we're
Should
at
get
7.
a bonus point. Should get a bonus point for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm probably wrong,
Number
but I'm
9.
sure it was.
Which 1994 movie starred Kirsten Dunst, Brad Pitt, and Tom Cruise?
Interview with a Vampire, was it?
Oh, yeah. it
Oh
was.
yeah, duh.
Yeah, it
of
is, yeah.
course. See, you do know about horror, Chinny. That's 8.
answer,
I've never seen the film.
Interview with the Vampire.
It's a good movie. Better than Twilight. All right.
You said that about
part
most
3,
movies.
Here it comes. Yeah, I know. Let's do it.
Go.
Number 10. American Psycho was released in 2000 with Christian Bale in the title role, but who wrote the book the movie was based on?
Brett Easton Ellis.
Ah,
look at you
Said that
two.
together.
Look at
Stupid ass
you two.
book, but whatever.
I quite like
Yeah,
the book.
we're nerds.
I like the book.
Pornography, gore porn.
Nah.
And the answer, Brett Easton Ellis.
We're nerds. We like our books.
We are nerds.
Book
We're bookie
nerds.
book nerds. That's
Bookie
us.
book nerds.
Oh wait, whoops! I scrolled too much. Right.
Egghead likes his bookie book.
That's
Number
us
11.
too.
Which long-running horror franchise starring Tobin Bell got off to a blood-soaked start in 2004?
Is that Saw?
Don't know.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the actor again? Tobin. what's
Tobin
it?
Bell.
Tobin Bell.
See, I don't
I
even
think that is
recognise the name.
Saw.
I think it must be because I don't recognise the name. And 2004
Let's say
sounds
Saw,
about
huh?
right for Saw, I would have said.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
And that was Saw.
Hey, well done, Ginny.
The first one
was
is the only
Duke.
one I ever. The first one in that series is the only one I ever watched. Get it? 'Cause I was gonna say Saw.
No, that was Duke who got that right.
12.
actually.
I
was
got
it
it
Duke?
right. Yes.
Well done, Duke.
Recognize. I had to rewind it.
To a blood-soaked start in
Come on,
2004.
Saw.
Saw.
That was Saw.
I saw
Hooray!
it.
Number 12. Which actor, best known as a Marvel Cinematic Universe regular, starred in 2011's Cabin in the Woods?
Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, it was.
I don't.
Young
I don't
Chris
know. I like that
Hemsworth.
movie. That's a great
Yeah.
movie. But I don't know any names of actors.
He's really young in it, and his death is very funny in Cabin in the Woods, actually.
It's a great film, by the
Yeah,
way.
it is a great film.
It is a great
Great
film.
film.
Because it's a horror movie that does something different.
Yeah.
I have no patience for horror movies that are just like a bunch of people are gonna
Do you know?
die. It's like,
Do you know
whatever.
what's interesting about?
that film was marketed as if it was like the trope, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's
Right,
like,
right, exactly.
What's kind of
They- they
interesting
had to.
though, the guy who directed it was it Eli Roth? It was someone who it was the same
No.
guy who did Hostel, the same director as Hostel. So it was a complete
Was it?
departure from that. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Same guy who did Hostel.
Directed by Drew Goddard.
Oh, I thought it was the same guy as Hostel. Must
It was
be
his
wrong.
directorial debut, produced by Joss Whedon. Yeah,
Oh, Joss Whedon, of course, from Buffy.
yeah, Joss Whedon.
Buffy the
Yeah,
Vampire Slayer.
yeah.
Anyway, we got the question right, so just ignore me.
But multiple actors have accused him of abusive behavior, so fuck him. Anyway, next up.
And that was Chris Hemsworth.
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah,
Number 13. Speaking of Chris Hemsworth, which 2016 movie saw him star alongside Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig?
Well, that would
it
be
was
Brad's.
Ghostbusters, wasn't it? It was the Ghostbusters.
Oh no, you're right. It was. Ghostbusters.
you see, I've not seen that.
I forgot they're both in both. Yeah, I guess it wasn't Bridesmaids.
And that was Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Number 14.
We're horror icons now.
Which hit 2018 movie starred real-life husband and wife John Krasinski and Emily Blunt?
The
Oh.
silent one. The silent one. What's that called?
Um,
I know, and you don't. Ha, ha.
Oh
I'm
God!
just gonna keep talking. Blah blah blah
I
blah
know,
blah.
Kobe,
You
was
can't
it-
think of it
A
until
Quiet
you tell me
Place.
to be.
Quiet
Quiet
Place.
Place. Yeah, that's it.
Quiet
See
Place.
what I did there? Because you were like,
Quiet Place.
quiet, Duke. And that helped you think of
The
it.
answer, A Quiet Place.
13.
Yeah.
Final question, number 15. Tim Curry played Pennywise in the original TV miniseries from 1990 of It. But who played the same role in the 2017 and 2019 movies?
I have no
Oh, is an Austrian, like either Austrian or German actor. What's he called though?
idea. Adolf Hitler.
He's just been. He was in Oppenheimer as well, I think. He's just been in
Hitler's
that.
in
It's-
Oppenheimer.
Oh
Batman's a
my God.
scientist.
What the hell's he called? It's gonna really. I can't think what his name is, but he's either German or Austrian.
Why don't you give us a question about Rocky Horror Picture Show? Talking about Tim Curry.
Oh,
Let's do the time warp again.
I'm trying to think. I should get this because I'll know it as soon as you say it.
And then a skip to the right.
I can't think what his name is. I know it
Well,
as
we
well.
get it wrong. That means we fail.
I know. I
That's
can't
it.
think.
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
I don't think that's Austrian.
Or
or
it might be Swedish. He's somewhere from He's some Scandinavian country.
which makes sense that you would say German and Austria because they're Scandinavian.
Jesus Christ. I'm really annoyed at myself for not getting that. I
Well, you
should have
know
got
what? We did a very good job on that quiz.
Too wrong, man.
Yeah.
Too wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
And we should have got
13.
Candyman right if we didn't have answered
It's
so
okay. It's
quickly.
okay.
The
Don't beat
Candyman
yourself up about your
can-
failures.
Yeah.
Because he kills you in the neck and makes you scream out loud. All right. Is that all? We're just doing shout outs?
Yeah, shout out time.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
I'm going first. I'm going to shout out. Isn't Greg DeLacy doing 24 hours of video
Yes,
games
he's
this
just
weekend?
finished it. Yeah.
All right. Oh, we love you, Greg. Thank you
Well
for all your
done,
work.
Greg.
Yeah, huzzah and hooray. Shout out to Jacinta for being what's what. Take care of yourself. I know you said everything's fine, but that sort of thing can never be easy. And I'm curious about, I sent her an email. I'm like, I don't want to pry, but I'm curious to know what happened and what's going on and why you said you don't want to swear off of men, which I don't blame you. I don't have any women put up with us ever.
I've stuck to that. I'm exclusively
Yeah,
women, and
you,
that's
you,
worked
you
out.
don't date men at all anymore these
No,
days.
not anymore.
And shout out to everybody listening and Tanya Brain and Amar and whatever. The people. All the people. You know
All
who you
the
are.
people.
SLH. Yeah, shout out SLH because you rock. Thank you for taking care of our Discord.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to shout out Jacinta for totally agreeing with my point of view. So thank you for that.
Totally
Didn't
did not.
totally agree with
Totally-
it, did she?
totally agree.
She said she sees your
Uh,
point, which is very different from agreeing with you.
Totally
Yeah,
agreeing
I
with me.
think
And
you're
also
bending what she said. there, Stu.
I'm also going to shout out not Derek for providing such a great quiz.
It was a
And
great quiz
also-
because we did it well on it.
Did well.
If we don't
And
do well, it's a
also,
shitty quiz.
I have just checked, and Candyman was written by Clive Barker. So can we have a bonus point for that?
Okay.
No.
Like, yeah, they're sort
Well
of
done on that.
Because Candyman
Doesn't
wasn't
change the fact
wasn't
that
the
you were a
book that
failure
Clive
with your other
Barker made. It was The Forgiven or whatever it was.
Yeah, I've
Forbidden.
just had the Forbidden.
Forbidden.
It was
So
which was and which collection of stories book was
doesn't
that?
matter. It wasn't
Witcher
Candyman, was
collection?
it?
Because I haven't looked at that, by the way, but it was in
Witcher
the books,
collection?
the Books of
I
Blood.
didn't know they had
It
the
was
Witcher
called
collection.
the Books of Blood.
Mm.
Do you know the original Hellraiser book was
Okay,
called?
all right.
Oh.
No one cares.
Hellbound Heart. it
No
was
one
called,
cares.
Hellbound Heart.
He's
And
just
it
got
was
a
a
lot of
novella.
needles in his head. He's fucking
It was a
weird.
novella.
Stop
there you
it.
go.
No one cares. You're not impressed.
Like
with me.
anybody fucking
I reckon
gives a
that's at least 2 bonus points, and we are horror gods. Can I just
No,
say?
no, we're not.
This is not good radio!
Correct. Thank you.
So,
for that.
Chinny, over to you.
Well, I'll shout out Jacinta as well for being a queer consultant, even though she's
Yeah.
technically bisexual, against
Yep.
her will, but she is bisexual.
That's the B in LGBTQ.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
totally
Thanks
counts.
to the people that are following us on Tick and Talk. We're doing okay.
Tick and
Yeah,
Talk.
thanks for giving us 700,000 likes.
So I
right.
just post little clips of funny clips of this show on there. So
Yeah.
as you can imagine, I'm
if
very
you're not following us, you need
I'm
to.
struggling to pick out good ones.
Yeah, there's
because
not many of
there's
those.
not many of those.
Like,
And
oh,
usually
But the editing is what sells it. That's
Usually-
cheers to Chinny. I'll shout out Chinny for doing great editing on
God,
that.
it does do good editing.
usually it's me to being
you.
you know, like the
That'd
funny
be
clip.
funny.
I try
You're
and
the
pick
funniest
clips.
of them all.
I try and pick
Yeah.
clips where you guys are in it, but I was like, they're not as funny as the ones that I'm in. No, to be fair, the Dead Space Lesbians is mostly you two, isn't it? Really. So,
It is, but I'll be honest. You got, when I showed it Matt
Why?
at work today, you got the funniest line.
yeah, I'm the
you know.
funniest because I'm the
Oh, yeah.
funniest
You
one.
got the funniest line.
Yeah.
Your
Quite a-
tagline one that he thought was very funny.
Yeah, I also edit it, so I'm the funniest one, by the way. as well.
You do,
Um,
you do.
Yeah.
But you know, they're my edits.
Just
so I
like
can do
how
what-
I always have all the stuff before we start recording.
Yeah.
In the recorded
Yeah,
episode,
that's
like
your
I just
ego.
cut out everything y'all say, and
Yeah.
all my bon mots and quips
yeah,
make
yeah.
it into the edit.
That's your ego. It's my ego. It's
Stu,
just-
you want? Well, yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
driven by their ego. Stu,
Yeah.
you want to be featured more in these videos or in the audio recording?
No.
Do the
Nope.
goddamn editing
Nope.
yourself.
No, do I?
I'd also, shout out to Susan. She messaged us the other day and talked about some of the stuff that she's going through. And Tara sent us some flowers and she loved them.
Aw.
So there you
I didn't
go.
realize she was going through stuff.
We're all
Sorry.
going through stuff.
we all
well,
go
I
through
know,
stuff.
but-
we all go through stuff.
Not enough to make Tara want to send flowers.
Yeah, well,
And she
Tara
said
just
it-
looks to
said-
send flowers. But and,
Can I
and
just
Tara's
say
such a
as
lovely
well?
person.
She did say in the chat, "Strange highs and strange lows."
So I think,
strange love. There
I
you go.
think we're going to try because Tara's brother does live gigs in Stockport, and I think Susan lives in Stockport, so we're going to try and take a day off and go to Stockport, and then on the way we might stop by Susan's house and drop the little baby off and see, and then just run so she can keep it.
Catch.
I'll also shout out 2 shows that I'm watching. I mentioned one last week.
Okay.
I'm going to mention it again because it's fantastic. The show is called White House and Mortimer Gone Fishing. It's a fishing show. I hate fishing.
Yep.
I still hate fishing.
Okay.
But watching this show is 2 comedy legends, British comedy legends, and they're kind of in their twilight years of their life. They're talking about health problems and stuff, but it's fucking hilarious. It's funny, and I can almost see why people go fishing. I would never go fishing, but I can almost see because they go to these beautiful places. I would recommend it, Duke, if you can watch it. It's wholesome. It's nice. It's about men and mental health, and it's lovely. It's a funny show.
Okay.
But you won't know. But these
Mortimer
two
and White House Gone Fishing.
But these two people, you might not know this, are absolute comedy legends in the UK.
Okay.
They in the 90s they were absolutely all over the TV. They're brilliant.
Okay.
But now not so much because they're kind of semi-retired. And then the other show that I've been watching this week is Beef, starring the chap from The Walking Dead, and I think it's Ali. What's her name? Ali Wong, or I forgot her name. She's a stand-up comedian. It's very,
Ali Wong
very. Oh no! Oh no!
Whoa!
Oh
what
snap!
happened?
Recording in progress.
Stopped.
Oh my
what's
god!
going on?
What's going on?
Ginny had
What
a technical
the
hiccup for
what?
once. Oh my god!
No, hold
Stu,
on.
quick, give him all the shit in the
I know.
world.
No!
What the hell
Zoom
happened
Zoom crashed.
No, Zoom crash. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's that update is screwed.
It looks like there's no way for me to watch your fishing show. Sorry.
Oh no.
VPN, baby. The other
do
show that
that.
I'm watching is Beef.
Beef.
Yeah, it's very good. Very funny.
Okay.
Ali Wong is her name. Is
Yes.
the main character, and then Stephen Yun is also in it.
Yeah,
And-
he's
and-
cool. I like him.
Yeah, Stephen Yun is Glenn from The Walking Dead. But also, what I love about the show, I'll give you the premise of the show.
Okay.
Ali Wong and Stephen Yun get in a kind of road rage incident where they're sort of both in the wrong, and then Stephen chases Ali Wong, and then Stephen's a kind of down and out character, doesn't have a successful life, you would say. His business is failing. Ali Wong's on the opposite scale. She's very rich, she's very affluent, she's selling her business for millions, but she's trying to close the deal. So they live both very different lives, but they're also very troubled and lots of issues with their lives. And also, what's great about the show is everybody in the show is also fucked up as well. Like, not just the main characters. Like, they've all got some weird shit going on. Really good show. 10 episodes long. Very, very good. Highly recommended. So I haven't seen Ali Wong's stand up, but Tara said it's really good.
She's okay. It just leans a little heavily into the sort of gross sex stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is good enough for me to go, all right, because stand up comedians for me, they have to be absolutely tip top for me to watch them, because there's so many Netflix comedian stand-up shows.
Shang Wang, man. Shang Wang is you will not regret watching Shang Wang.
But like really, you know, if they're not like a Dave Chappelle or a Bill Burr or Bo Burnham, what do you say now? Bo Burnham.
Well, Bo Burnham is like next level.
Yeah, if they're not.
And Dave Chappelle was
for
next
me.
level
For me, like they have to be that absolute top tier comedian, you know. And
well, it seems like there's very few people that are in the middle for me. You're either really funny or like I just don't get it, and I just sit there staring at them.
Like some of them is just like oh, you know, when you smoke weed and you get high. I'm like, oh, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny, like, you know. Although we went to see a comedian in real life, and it was this chap, and Tara's family loved this guy, and he was I forgot his name, but like it was basically like, remember when your nan used to chase you around the house, you know, like nostalgia, and I was like, these aren't jokes to me, like this isn't funny at all. And
well, if it connects with you, great. If it doesn't, then you're just like, what?
Like I hate comedians where they just go, remember that. And you're like, it's not a joke.
Well, that's like the Chris Farley show on Saturday Night Live. Remember Bruce Willis on. You remember when you were like fighting those terrorists? Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole.
Well, that's a bit like Peter Kay. That's what kind of he does.
Well, but he's different though. He
is funny, but he does tell a little stories that you resonate with.
He's funnier though.
Oh god, he is a funny guy. I used to.
But it's not, if it's just the story, that's not funny. You have to add something to it.
No, Peter Kay. I would probably put Peter Kay in a tier.
But he is a story. He is a sort of reminiscent.
Well, they all are. Good comedians are storytellers. But what I suppose my point is that most comedians on Netflix that Tara watches are like, this is fine, like this is okay, but it isn't worthy of a Netflix show. But I suppose they're cheap shows to put on, they're cheap shows to produce,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they get made. But
You
like,
don't need writers. You
well,
don't
I remember
need
when we went
actors.
to New York and we went to the Comedy Cellar, which is a very famous venue, and where we met Craig Robinson from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
Awesome,
he wasn't the strongest comedian that night. There was this one woman who went up and she was fucking bonkers. Do you know what I mean? She was nuts. She was on a different level. And I said to Tara, I was like, by 100% she was the best one. Like all the others was like, oh, isn't it weird when your dick gets stuck in something like that? Whatever. It's like, it's
That sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, it sounds pretty funny now, actually. It sounds pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so Beef, great show, really recommend it. And Gone Fishing.
While we're
please watch it, please
recommending
watch
good art, I will shout out this saxophone player I heard recently. They're fucking nailing it.
What, Kenny G?
No. It's My Sharia Moore by Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
They're nailing it. Don't you think that was
I
pretty?
don't even know what to say about
I wonder
that.
who played that.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Who was that?
Go ahead and make some jokes, Stu. Talk about how you don't like it.
Is that you playing that?
No, it was Tara.
That's Tara, yeah.
Recognize.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice one, Tara. I like it. I thought it was very pretty. Stu's got some shit to say about it, apparently.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Where did you get that clip from? Where'd you get that clip from?
I was on
don't
Instagram
even
the other
know what
day,
to
and I was
say.
just like, it's like so and so liked your post. I'm like, who is that? And I was like, oh, it's her. And I was just looking through her profile,
Oh, yeah.
and there's a clip of her, and then there's the one of her like over time with the baby bump.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Did she set that up, or did you set that up?
It was, yeah, it was
group
her
project?
idea, really. Yeah, it was her
Okay,
idea. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was just like, I could totally see you being like, I don't want to hear that you're not feeling well today. Get in front of the camera.
No,
and
she
show off
was she
your
was the
bump.
driver for it, especially the
Yeah,
last
that's
one
awesome.
where she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
suffering. She was really suffering. It was like, let's do one more, and then
Alright.
obviously, it's baby. So there's
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Just get this thing out of me.
Okay.
And then and then she's holding the baby. That was so sweet.
Yeah,
That was very cute.
very cute, very cute.
All right, that's it, people. We're done with
That's
our
it,
show
we're
for the
done.
week. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank
All
you.
right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Pissing me off.
On my personal TikTok,
Pork chop sandwiches.
on my personal TikTok, I did make a video of Rosa, which is quite funny. So I'll send that to you.
No.
But
Yay.
also,
Yeah, I don't have a TikTok, so.
can I
You do.
emphasize how bloody hard it is to get 6,000 views on TikTok? That's rock solid.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really good.
Hooray
So,
for us.
Yeah, but TikTok's weird because I'll post this. It's like YouTube, I suppose, but I'll post this one about Dead Space lesbians and be all worried about it, like, oh my god, people are gonna be upset, and then it'll just get like 200 views and no one will see it.
Yeah, right.
So,
Nobody says
Yeah.
anything.
so yeah, it's
I
just,
think
Well,
you-
that's
I
like
think
on
you're
Reddit,
kind
man.
of
My comments,
overthinking it.
like the ones I put, I'll write a whole goddamn novel, 6 paragraphs, and I'm doing it like at school or something. So it's like with my phone, it's hard to write that a lot there. And I'm like I think I'm making really good points, and it gets like 2 upvotes, and then some like offhanded thing. I'm just like, fuck that shit. And
Yeah.
people are like, yeah, 500 upvotes. That's right. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all should be prioritizing.
By the way,
stuff that
can
takes
I
a while to
just
write.
say,
No,
Eli,
we don't have time.
Eli Roth, who did Hostel,
Yes.
his first film was called Cabin Fever, so that's where I got. the
Ah,
mix.
you got it mixed up because they both
got
have
it
cabin in
mixed
the
up.
title.
Yeah, there's Cabin Fever, which was about this weird disease in life.
Person who had a fever while they're in a cabin.
Yeah,
I'm a potato.
pretty much it. So there you go.
All right, people, buy my book.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
Buy his book. Yeah.
Yeah,
You want drugs? You want sci-fi?
that's
Buy
right.
his book. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you
All
want.
right.
cool.
I ain't gonna grade no papers, but I am gonna not grade papers.
Any ideas for show titles this week, by the way?
Suck my ass. There's
no,
a good
we
show
can't do
title.
that. I don't know.
Suck my thumb.
Oh, think about it. I don't know.
what stood out from the show here?
I don't know.
Kings of Horror. What about how would you spell?
No.
Like try to do a phonetic version.
No.
Kings
Yeah, that's hilarious. What about like cell phones are weird? Like what's up with cell phones? It's like so trying to like it's like when I think about like when I was in high school, there was this one Halloween and I hadn't thought about my costume at all until like the day before. And I was at home and I didn't feel like going out to get something. So I was just like, what can I do? Oh, if I have a towel, like I'm towel man. Like it was the worst.
Yeah.
That and there was someone's birthday party I was going to in like an hour. And I literally didn't have time to get him something. So I was just like looking around my house like, well, that book is pretty good. I'm sure they won't realize it's used. Like, no, don't give them a used book.
Perfect.
So,
I've never been
desperation
bothered
of
about Halloween. Do you know what I mean? Like dressed
Yeah.
up for Halloween
Well,
and things
it's
like
not
that.
nearly as much of a thing over there. Here.
But the first chance I got, I put Rosa in. Like,
Oh, look at
little
Rosa, a skeleton.
skeleton.
That's so cute.
skeleton thing.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, very cute.
She looks so like, what am I doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
What have they wrapped me in?
We've already got
Oh,
our Christmas
bless.
outfits, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
About Thanksgiving outfit.
What would you wear for that? Like a big turkey?
Yeah, why not?
Probably that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I'm out. Have a good week, y'all.
Cool. Radio.
Check you later.
Thank you, Duke.
Bye.
All right.